Well, hello everyone. Yeah. Dang
What up?
it! I always, I always get the timing off. Hello, anyone. But anyway, welcome to another DaraChat. I know I got it in the mid of it. Well, what happens is that I have to watch the stream from my external thing to find out whether the video has ended or not, because it's usually the video internally is not on time with the video externally. So it's a whole mess of things. But hey, it works for what it works. But anyway. I am back with the awesome yet very well. Let's just say an attitude. At least his wife would
I'm
say that.
special. You can just say
Yeah.
it. I'm special.
Well,
A special little guest is a
special little
special little
guess.
guy
I don't know if
or a
special.
special little treat.
I don't know if little would count for it, but we're gonna go with that anyway. I'm not small. I can tell you I'm not small. But anyway, how are you, good sir?
That'll play into later when I'm
Yeah,
talking about what I got going on.
there you go.
Coincidentally for a stream I have tomorrow. So
Nice. And it's not even free comic book. There would be comics. Well, maybe talk of, but there are no free comics ever. Someone's always paying
first
for it.
Saturday of May, free comic book day.
There you go. Mm.
Most
I
likely nothing going to be worth going to the comic shop and pick it up for free. Most
do.
likely.
The real question is: do comic shops still exist? Probably
They
not
do.
so much.
Not as much as they used to, but they definitely do. They definitely do, but they are also dying out. The ones that are able to stay in business, I don't know how they do it.
Mm.
Some of the ones that stay in business, it's because they're also into like collectibles and all that stuff. Other ones that are able to stay in business because they have a really hardcore clientele and they have
Mm.
they have like high money items that collectors are looking for and whatnot. But a lot of them are, if they pop up, they probably don't stay open for very long. And if they
Mhm.
are, they got some kind of secret sauce. Either that or they're barely breaking even, and they're
That's
just able to scrape by.
that's true. Yes, but they're in trouble nowadays. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, a majority of time, like I may know maybe one or two, but nowadays it's sort of moved over to like you can go to Barnes and Noble. I think I mentioned this some before, but you can go to Barnes and Noble. You can see that comic books have been kind of just shortened down to like maybe an aisle or two, and you've got this huge U shape for light novels and manga. Uh,
Oh, especially with the manga, yeah.
mhm. Magic and Pokemon cards. Look, I'm more of a Pokemon person. Magic. There's nothing up my sleeve, but is there? There's not a rabbit in my hat, but and on the what's his name? Uh, the cat. It's the paradox where the cat is in the box and you don't know.
Oh, Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat. That's right. I'm sure.
Yes, it is both alive and dead at the same time. Schrodinger put a cat in a box with something that was poisonous to it, and the whole
Mhm.
thing is he did not know if it was alive or dead, and you do not know. It exists in a constant state of flux until you open the lid and observe it.
That is true. Thank you for that. We have not only a comic person, but we also have a scientist as well. Thank you, Doctor.
I just know random bullshit. That's
And welcome.
that's just me, man.
See, now if you could be a teacher on that would be the perfect subject to be a teacher on.
Oh, for
Listen,
random
kids.
bullshit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, kids, Dr. ComixDad is here today to teach you about some awesome random bullshit. Random bullshit 101.
You see that over there? BS. Your motherfuckers BS. That's right. You heard me say it's BS all up and down the wall. You see that over in the wall? That's BS right there. Actually, there's probably some actual crap, so you might want to stay away from that. But we're gonna be good. Freedom Honor says, "Hello, by the way, Air. How are you?" And of
What's up,
course,
sir?
Freedom. Freedom says the big two have ruined comics with stories they were putting out. I think
They still are. They
I
still
think
are.
I think there's a lot of different things. Freedom says, for example, Spider-Man One More Day, Peter and MJ Forever. Look, hey,
We're still paying for that almost 20 years later. It's Spider-Man hasn't been the same since.
Almost feel like doing like an old and 20 years ago, long ago.
Well, it's going to be the Titanic meme when Spider-Man finally gets good again, or when they finally fix everything from that. It's been 84 years.
I remember long ago, back in my days. The comics had come and gone, and I still was here. There'll be a bard after this point.
There we go.
Era of Fate says he must be Professor College. There we go. Professor ComixDad. I believe that is going to work. Professor ComixDad, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to step on. I don't want to step on the toes of a buddy of ours, though, Professor Savage Dad. I'd have to find a different way to work that.
No, you just leave that. You just
Because
keep
Prof's a
going.
good dude. I don't, that's his thing. He's the prof. So
Yeah, but he's only a prof of a certain section. You're a prof of other stuff.
of random everything.
Random everything. Welcome to class 101 of random everything. That's right, where we teach you about the most randomest stuff ever. Ever.
For example, did you know that pink tastes like snozberries?
Haha, look at him go. He's
And also, the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Freedom Rider says I've spent all my monies on Common America and Black Ops for my kind of comics. Yeah, I've heard it's doing pretty well. Common America.
Yep.
I remember when you first
Common
started
America.
that too.
I need to get into Common America. Common America is really cool. I read the first volume of it. It was awesome. But the only problem is that doing in the indie comic space, like the true indie comic space, like indie publisher, all that stuff. Like I love supporting them. I love reading it all. But the biggest problem is that because I'm a big proponent of physical over digital, but digital is so much easier to access and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Physical is just I want to be able to physically hold and read the books, but it's so costly for a lot of these people that are doing it independently, whether it's through Kickstarter or whatever. Or like I was having this conversation with my buddy Atomic Patriot on my channel last week. We were talking about the Rippaverse and how like their pricing is even. And I mean, I get it. It's not. They don't have Warner Brothers money, which is DC. They don't have Marvel, Disney money, which is Marvel. Like to be able to put out 24, 32 page comics for $5 a pop. Also, they're doing quality paper, quality construction for the covers, stuff like that. They got to be able to pay their people, their artists and their writers a decent, actually a competitive rate for their stories and everything. So I get it, but it just I wish indies would grow more if they were more accessible to people from a financial standpoint.
Well, ComixDad will be showing our grandkids about comics. He'll be like, long ago in a faraway land, comics were a thing.
Well, not just comics, but manga also. To bring it back to what you were saying about manga taking over like Barnes and Noble and stuff like that.
Ooh, here we go. The ComixDad Academian. Ooh, the ComixDad Academian. We have
for that.
We will.
Error would have to be my TA though, because I'll tell you, Error of Fate, who shows up in Queen Comics Wife's chats and my chats, Error of Fate is this person is a wealth of I know random bullshit. Error of Fate knows more random bullshit than anybody I've ever met, either in person or in a chat. I'll tell you. So it really should be Professor Error and then TA ComixDad.
All right. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to count settings. What is it? Oh wow, they changed it. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Sparkles.
What'd they change?
Oh no, it's no. I know where it is. It's in the profile. So you go to account settings, you'll see a different bunch of things on the left side of the page. You'll see. Hold on, I'll show it. So I don't need to keep describing it. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. There you go, right there to the left. You see that where it says profile?
Yeah. You've got accounts. I literally just changed mine before after I got in here because I saw it was still that like cool Raphael one that I had for my profile, but like I didn't realize it was pulling my profile picture for coming in here because like here I'll just show everybody. So like if I do that,
Yeah.
it's pulling my profile picture, and that's not the one that I want. I
Mhm.
preferred. It'd be nice if I could change it to like one of my channel pictures,
Mhm.
but so yeah, I
But
just updated mine after we started.
glad to help. But no, I mean, I just found out about this, and this is something that should have been like, "Hey guys, we just changed this. This is another failure of communication for
I
Mumble,
have to get up
unfortunately."
over my name,
Yeah. It was just okay.
like Wilson from Home Improvement. Oh, morning. Oh, I was gonna be Wilson from Home Improvement. Oh, good morning, neighbor. Morning, Tim.
Then you'd be off to the side over there.
Well, you just see Wilson from it. We never see Wilson except from the nose up for the entire show until like the very last episode.
Mm.
If you remember Home Improvement, that Tim
Oh yeah,
Allen fantastic show.
yep. It is a fantastic show. Probably I can't remember how long it lasted though. Um,
I want to say Home Improvement was something like 9 seasons, I think.
well, that sounds about right. Oh, and Freedom Island says Peter Samedi from
Yep.
Alterna Comics is doing newsprint for $2 an issue. Interesting.
How Peter Samedi does that, I have no idea. I mean, unless he's doing everything himself, and also, well, I mean, unless he is literally doing it out of his basement at no profit to himself. I don't know how he's doing that at $2 an issue.
True. It
I
is
really
true.
don't, and I give him all the credit in the world for that. I
No,
was off
I'm
by
glad
one.
to help.
It's 8 seasons for Home Improvement, not 9.
Yeah, I mean,
I was close.
it
I
was
was
close.
close. Again,
But
random bullshit.
welcome to my class of random BS. But no, I think that with comics and stuff, I think the more you own the, because I think part of it is printing. Printing is part of
Oh,
it,
for sure. Printing
and
is
then
a huge part of it.
yeah, printing is part of it, and then you have shipping out to different places, and that's a more difficult process in itself because of the cost and stuff.
Well,
But
I can for some of these like indie publishers and stuff, I can
mm,
eat the cost of shipping if the
mm,
cost of the books were a little less. Like either
mm,
that or you got to really like save, put away, and budget out for like a
mm,
handful of books. Like for example, we were talking about Ripaverse. I enjoy a lot of this, not everything from Ripaverse, but I
mm,
enjoy a good amount of stuff from Ripaverse. And they
mm,
have stuff coming that's on pre-order currently that's going to be coming out throughout the summer that there's like 5 books I want to get my hands on. Now,
mm,
granted, they're all I think like 90 like 96-page books, which is the equivalent of about I think like 4 to 5 like mainstream comic books because issues are like 24 pages, a couple less because they have a couple of ads in them still.
mm,
Um, but like those 5 books that I want to pre-order from Repaverse, without the shipping is like $90,
mm,
and then it's like an extra $12 for shipping. So like that I'll have to save up for. Like I don't mind eating the shipping on that because I'm getting like 5 books. I just
mm.
wish the books themselves were like maybe closer to like $10 each, as opposed to like 17, $18 each.
Well, and see, this is where I don't. Oh, Air says, I think you can see Wilson in one of the middle seasons if you watch it in slow motion. I think the episode had something to do with a beach. I don't know. Well, I mean, you get to see him at like the end, like at the very end. They
Yeah,
do show
like
his
they do
face.
a full blown face reveal at the end of the series.
Yeah. Um, but I think this is where another thing where I don't know how, but I think this is where another thing where manga has it pretty well because you can get more than you probably get 100 pages, a few chapters, 100 pages or so out of a
Yeah,
manga because of
it's still about the same price depending upon the manga.
yeah, yeah. There, well, that is true. It also depends on the content of the manga.
Very yes, very true, very true.
Let me count the ways of how many comics there are wrapped in plastic, where I can count manga that's wrapped in plastic, and you'll understand why in a second. Um,
That has a number 1 and a number 8 and a plus sign on it.
no, it just says mature. All right, that's what it says. There's some things they can't translate over. But no, I mean, I think it's just the process of like, you know how like all these has owns a certain amount of their process, or certain things own a certain amount of process. Like the more of the process you can own, the cheaper you can make things. The only
Mhm.
problem is that the pieces you have to buy in order to make those things, they go up, like paper. I don't know what type of
Oh
paper
yeah,
they use, but paper goes up, the ink
and
goes up.
depends on the type of paper for sure that they use as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of things, and unfortunately, I just don't see it going down, and that might be an issue for, because comics, a lot of people still buy comics. Obviously, of course, so we Common America, another one, still
Yep.
selling, but it'll hit a point to where it can't
Well,
it can't be. It's hard to buy. Like you said, you're already
well,
trying to save up.
and that's why that's why digital is a preferred method for a lot of people
Mm,
nowadays, because digital comics for the most part um, cost significantly less than the physical comics. I mean, unless if you're going and buying, like if you're going on a what is it, like if you're going to look and get something from either the big two of Marvel and DC, or even some of the other bigger publishers that aren't as big as Marvel and DC, but like Image and Dark Horse. If you
mm,
go on like Amazon and you want to go get a digital version for your Kindle, it's going to be about, or for your Kindle account or something, it's going to
mm,
be right about the same as the $4 or $5 cover price. As
mm,
opposed to, there's platforms out there, one specifically that I can think of is Global Comics, where you
mm,
pay like a subscription. I think it's like $5-6 a month. You can have access to everything on the platform. It's a bunch of indie stuff, but they have a
mm.
bunch of stuff from the larger publishers as well. Now,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily the most up to date for like the big publishers. Like it's several months behind, but like
Mm,
you can still go and read a whole bunch of good stuff on there. For the most part, some, especially for like indie comics on that website,
mm.
there's some that they'll still put behind a paywall because maybe it's like their newest one that they want
Right.
people to be able to read. But even then, it'll be less than the cost of whatever the physical edition of their book is. So,
Mm. Yeah, and that I can understand that. Freedom Honor says, they crank out issues mad fast in Japan. Clip Studio Paint is built to help mangaka crank out issues as fast as possible. That's why I love that software. Yeah, I have heard of that
yeah.
one. Clip Studio Paint. Um,
And then there's also just Akira Toriyama, who's, or not Akira Toriyama, I'm sorry, Eiichiro Oda, the madman, who just cranks out chapter after chapter after chapter of One Piece for 25 years.
mm, yep, that's true. It's like,
For weeks and weeks or for over an entire year before he takes a break.
well, and the other thing too is work ethic. Like the work ethic some of these mangaka go through
Oh yeah.
would be some would be something of a would be something of a labor sort of ordeal over here. 'Cause you wouldn't
Yeah.
see you the work ethic they go through, which is not always great for them, to put over here. You would see a lot of people quit making comics pretty quickly.
Well, and then that's the other thing also with a lot of mangakas over there doing the manga in Japan,
Mm,
like especially the ones that are established and have been around for forever, but a lot of them, I think most of them, they'll do their own art and write their own story. So like
yeah.
they're doing everything. A lot of them are doing everything themselves. Now I'm not sure if that's shifted over the years or not, but like the big two that I can think of, like I mentioned, Eiichiro Oda, Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama did his own art, wrote his own stories for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Mm,
Um, like they're, and that obviously lowers the cost as well. And also it's at that point it's strictly up to the mangaka when the next chapter comes out, on if you're, especially if you're putting them out on a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
mm,
It's really just the mangaka only has to rely on themselves and themselves alone, and work
mm,
ethic in Japan is a huge thing. They take pride in it.
mm,
So as opposed to, on the Western side of things, especially in Western comics, you have a writer, you have an artist, you have a penciler, you have a colorist, you have a letterer, then you
mm.
have an editor, then you have a cover artist, then you have a cover colorist. Like there's a lot more people with their hands in the jar, in the cookie jar, for Western comics as opposed to manga.
Mm. Oh, it's waking up. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Let's use the internet. Let's use
Dara
the
is
internet.
looking up stuff because
But
we're talking about manga and comics.
30 seconds behind. He says 30 seconds behind. Well,
Sounds
at
like a
least,
personal problem, Eric.
yeah. Catch up. Catch up. All right, here we go. I found trying to look this up. No, right there. Okay. The manga creation process typically begins with planning and scripting, where the creator outlines the story, characters, and world, then drafts a detailed script describing scenes and dialogue. This is followed by the storyboard phase, name, where the script is roughly sketched into panels to establish pacing and camera angles, often reviewed by an editor for feedback. Once the storyboard is approved, the artist proceeds to penciling, sketching to create a tighter draft, followed by inking. I almost said inkling to finalize the line art. The artwork is then enhanced with filling in black areas, beta, and toning to add shading and texturing, while dialogue and sound effects are added last. Professional production, the process often involves a team. Mangaka, the primary writer artist responsible for the core vision, which would be, like you said, Oda, Akira, and all so forth. Assistant
Mhm.
handles background, screen tones, and details to meet tight deadlines. Editor provides critical feedback on plot, pacing, and marketability. So you got that part as well. Publisher manages printing, distribution, of global licensing. So when you talked about at the for some mangaka, it's handled by himself, which would be considered a doujinshi or dojin, where it's a self-published work, and they
Mhm.
handle the printing and all stuff. But once to become part of like um, I don't know, a jump or stuff like that, then they have like a group that handles with to help make it a little easier. Modern workflows frequently utilize digital tools like Clip Studio Paint for efficiency, though traditional methods use dip pens and screen tone paper remain popular. The final manuscript is then prepared for serialization in magazines or digital platforms, with successful series eventually being collected into tankobon volumes. So that's
And I'll say for at least if you're a big fan of a lot of titles that are published through Shonen Jump, if you don't care about waiting for several months to get a volume
mm,
with several chapters in it,
mm.
the Shonen Jump app, I think it's like $3 a month, where you have access to literally everything as it comes out.
Yeah, yeah. It's 3 or 5. I can't remember which one, but I remember it was
Last
talked about.
last I was subscribed to it, it was 3. It may have gone up over the last year or so, but
Yeah,
last I remember, it was like $3 or $4 a month, and I was able to read as much as I wanted on that platform.
yeah. And Freedom says Pablo from Tokyo channel on YouTube has a day in the life video from mangaka from like 4 years ago. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So although not all processes are the same, it still is an interesting kind of got like a peek at least for perspective wise. And
Yeah,
then Paolo from Tokyo. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I've seen some of his videos. Otter. And then Era says, yeah, Western comics have entire teams. It helps in many cases, I would say. But if you go to the Japanese and Korean styles, a lot of them seem to oh, a lot of them seem to definitely love the classic one person does all. Well, yeah, because it
yeah.
means more money. I mean, you get majority of the money. Whereas if you go through a company, it's yeah, the load is less on you, but you get less of a payback and
Well,
stuff like
and
that.
also there's more control over creative licenses and
Yeah.
freedoms to do whatever they want with their work, as
Mm.
opposed to they have to work with an artist and then a colorist to get the colors just right and the
Yeah.
lines just right. And
Yeah.
no, well, this isn't what I envisioned when I was writing the storyboard for this issue. As opposed to if it's just a mangaka, they can do it exactly the way they want without
Mm.
having to go through a whole team of people to be able to make any changes or decide, hey, you know what, this is the final thing I'm submitting, because it's
Mhm.
really just them for the most part in
Yeah.
90% of cases.
Yeah, yeah, and that's again, that's part of that work ethic. I think also the other factor too, in that regard, is I think they're allowed to do more in the freedom aspect than, or they take more risk freedom aspect wise than the American
Oh,
side
for
does.
sure. Well,
I
yeah, but at least in the mainstream for Western comics, they do the big two stick with a tried and true
mm,
uh, thing that has worked for that. Well, actually, I can't say that, because I mean, over the last decade plus, we've seen how the message and how political ideologies have sunken their way into Western entertainment across all forms, but
mm,
comics as well. And it's I can't say that it's tried and true like it used to be anymore. Now it's tried and true in terms of their new method, which is just, okay, we're going to rehash this thing, or we're going to fundamentally change this character, these group of characters, or this story that you knew, or we're going to retcon a bunch of stuff to do a bunch of self-insertion stuff, or to push a specific message or theme that we want to push. That is now the tried and true method of Marvel and DC for the most part. Now, with the occasional, I won't say gem, but with the occasional, average to above average story here and there, but for the most part, it's dumpster fire. That's why I love indies so much, and the growth of indies and indie publishers as well. But even like a large publisher like Image, it's a creator-owned publisher, so like they publish the book, but the people that come to them with their stories, with their comics, they get full licensure and full creative decisions over their work. They still own it, as opposed to if somebody pitches something to Marvel or DC, Marvel or DC buys it and goes, okay, this is ours now.
Well, and I think the other part too with Marvel and DC is that they've been working with the same characters for over 50 odd some years, and that becomes a
80
problem
in some cases.
80, and not to say that you can't to some regard, because then you have the multiverse or whatever, but the problem of it is though is that it creates a stuck track in going beyond what you, because again we're going back to the example of why the Japanese can do what they do. Like, I don't think there's anyone on the American side doing something similar to Berserker.
No,
no, I
don't believe so.
Like, can anyone out there for sure tell me there is a comic book there's a comic maker out there right now doing something similar to what Berserk is? And if you don't know what Berserk is, well, if you're 18 and up, it's a good idea to go check. But if not, don't.
I mean, there's some out there that definitely push the boundary, but if it's in a comic shop, it's not going to push the boundary too hard, because in order to be sold in a comic shop, 98% of the comics sold in a comic shop have a rating of teen or lower.
Right. Which is that part of that other part of it as well, because you can go to a Barnes and Noble and go to the manga section, and you will find certain manga wrapped in plastic, and that's because majority of the time they're mature. Now, they don't go as far as the true 18 plus, but they do hit pretty close. Let's see if I can find one I know.
I mean, there may be some independent publishers out there that are pushing that line the same way Berserk does, but I mean, none that I can recall off the top of my head. But even then, a lot of the indies, like, they want to be able to have the hopes of having a decent sized audience. So like, even then, a lot of them will. I mean, some will definitely go into the hard M for mature or hard R rating of like language, blood, gore, adult themes, stuff like that. But there's a lot of indies that also just they kind of push that like young adult to maybe adult line, but like safe for work adult, as opposed to just going all out.
Yeah, and of course, one of the manga I have now, this is based off a light novel. So for those who don't know what a light novel is, it's just basically like a small. You're being told dinner is finally ready.
Well, it'll have to wait.
Yes, the bell
woman,
is
I
ringing.
am busy. I am busy, woman. No, but thank you for making dinner, Quick Comics Life. I appreciate it. I look forward to eating it soon.
He'll be out. Don't worry, I won't keep him here forever. But
please don't not feed me.
Yeah, don't not feed him. I don't want to see this man waste away.
Yeah, because I'm wasting away. I'm definitely wasting away.
You know what? I was trying to help out. Now I'm just gonna step off.
I know the truth. I know the reality. I'm not one of those where all buddy types are beautiful. Nah.
I was just gonna call you a monster, but
I'm a big old boy. I know it. It's all good.
I think there's a difference between gore and typical 18 plus, but I feel like you're not gonna find the major publishers posting exactly. And that's never mind. Queen Comics said please keep them. All right, there she said. She said it.
I hope you can cook jambalaya, Dara, because that's what's for dinner over here.
Oh well, I can certainly make a spit shine if you know what I mean. But the point of the matter is, hey Barney Jack, hey Barney Jack, how are you? What are good
Um,
eats? Green. No, but I mean, yeah. Well, in Japanese, the gore stuff is called guru. Guro. Yeah, guro. Guro. Well, that's the romaji, but still, it's very heavy stuff. Like I can't remember the horror master, but there was a certain manga that turned into an animation, and Toonami showed it. I just can't remember. It was like some with a spiral. Um,
oh,
Jambalaya Night. But it was on Toonami. But anyway, so there's a manga here. This started as a light novel. Light novel is basically just like a novel. Like I think it's 500 pages is what a light novel is considered. But anyway, this started
which
as a
even
light
then,
novel.
that's a decent sized novel.
So this is the manga right here.
I have
Spice
heard
and
of
Wolf.
Spice and Wolf.
Spice and Wolf as well. I really like the animation. They actually did a remake of it using the same voice actors, both American, English, and Japanese. So there's that. But also, this has its own rating of mature right there, and it's not really. And for those, it's not really like on that scale. It's just that because Hollow is a spirit. Uh, a spirit god sort of thing, and that stuff doesn't matter to her. But the point of the matter is,
You
though, is that stuff exists.
you want to talk a manga with an M rating? It's Goblin Slayer,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at the beginning, I think,
especially in that first. Yeah, I mean
yeah,
it mellows out over time a little bit, but
yeah,
especially in that first volume, that first chapter.
yeah, that was all big talk during a certain point, and then it kind of died. The real one was though, the real one was redo a feeler.
I'm not familiar with that one actually.
Oh boy, look it up on your own time because I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to show it up here.
No,
Uh,
no, I get that. That's fair.
so the basis of it, Rui what was the one he did? Ah, shoot. Who was the name of? It was done by Rui Tsukiyo, who did a few other ones. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. That one's a pretty good one. And um, but he did some other ones too beyond that one. But yeah, that yeah, that was a fun time when but again, it's sort of like that thing too where like the Japanese side can do that. You come to the American side, and you most likely won't find, like you said, you won't find that button pushed, and I think that's the huge difference because of that ability to be free. And it's not like, I guess there's some times where it can be like shock jockey sort of thing. I can see that, but I think it's more important as like I don't have to be worried about like, sure, label it the appropriate label that needs to be, but like then people can buy it or not buy it, and
Yeah,
there's
and they can
no.
make an informed decision whether it's for themselves or their children or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, some parents don't, because I've seen some parents take their kids to rated R movie. So let's
Yeah,
just leave
I mean, no,
it.
not that I've taken my children, but I mean, I was taken to rated
Oh,
R movies as a child,
a long time
depending upon the
ago.
movie. Typically they were comedies. So
Oh, he went to go see Jaws, and now he's afraid of the water.
don't get me started with that. My wife has our younger one, our 6-year-old. She absolutely loves Jaws,
Oh
and,
goodness.
and my wife showed it to her. So what? She's 6. So my wife showed it to her when she was like 3, I think,
Yeah.
and she's loved Jaws and sharks ever since.
All it
My
takes is
my
one.
kid, my kid's gonna grow up to be a psychopath. That's okay. She's my little psychopath.
My
Like
little.
yeah, my little psychopath.
Listen, I didn't think K-pop Demon Hunters would be brought up, but since you're bringing up,
I got kids, man. I got kids. I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these weird 20 or 30 something childless nut jobs that fell in love with an animated movie. I got kids. I have a legitimate reason to know that movie. So
oh, what was that? I'm sorry. What was that? I enjoyed the movie too. You gonna speak up now? You gonna speak up?
I'm sure you've got like a niece or a nephew or something like that.
No,
Good
I didn't
stuff.
watch it.
You're good.
I didn't watch it because of them. I watched it on my own turf. So you want to hold back there, young man?
I'm trying to run cover for you, Derry.
No,
You're not helping yourself.
You basically threw me under the bus. You
were being awesome Uncle Dara watching the movie.
No. I saw.
You're just outing yourself now. There's no.
I saw K-pop Demon Hunter on my own. Well, I actually just saw clips on YouTube, but then I got Netflix to add one, and then I watched it. But I enjoyed the movie too. So you all can suck it up, Buttercup. That's right. I will take.
I'm just saying. I tried helping you avoid the label, but you wouldn't work with me. So you know what?
I don't.
There's no point. There's no point. I tried helping, and you wouldn't accept my help.
A Comics Queen is asking you a question.
Yes, if you don't mind bringing back something, that would be great. Thank you, dear. I love you. Doesn't matter. Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. Oh, it's going to be a suicide run on the soda machine.
Probably.
Why does this one taste like blue raspberry tea with Diet Coke?
Why does this taste like diabetes?
Diabetes. I got all that.
The beatus.
Diabetes. No, I don't give a rat's behind. I saw the movie and I enjoyed it. But
it's a fun movie. Granted, granted, the kids, after they watched it for like the 12th time, I was like, we need to find something else to watch. But the first couple of times of watching it were pretty enjoyable.
No, Dad, you don't understand. You're my little soda pop. Kids, son of a bitch, put it up again.
I swear to God, if I hear Golden one more friggin' time.
Now that one I can agree.
Gonna be grounded. You're gonna be.
Wow, he played into that pretty well. Let's check the other thing again. They have some other good songs too, but that was the one that kind of stuck out. But hey, you know what? It won an Oscar, so suck it, kids. All right, suck it, you adults.
No, suck it, Western Animation Studios.
Well, it was done by Sony, so there was that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was following a more it was following more Eastern themes as opposed to Western themes. So.
Yeah, she wants to know if you want rat poison.
That's dealer's choice. It is what it is. I got a life insurance policy. So
Roofy's another one. Yeah, that's always.
I got a life insurance policy. The kids will be taken care of. Her, not so much. She'll probably end up getting locked up. But
hey, you know what? She's
trying to set the kids up for a better future. I get it.
There you go. It's in the will. Right here, paragraph 6. The kids get it. The wife, I'd look into. Oh man, but yeah, it certainly won. Certainly won by its own accord. Definitely still getting its attention with the McDonald's situation now. Now that it's getting like a breakfast thing and then the lunch thing.
Yeah, and then toys and all that stuff.
Shows you how powerful.
We don't really take the kids to McDonald's that often. So we hardly do. Because McDonald's, a Happy Meal at McDonald's is like $8 now, man. Like I can go get a sandwich from Jersey Mike's, a filling sandwich from Jersey Mike's for that much. I just rather go do that.
You could get a few steaks. Actually, you could probably get a few steaks for a good deal, and that would be reasonable right there.
Yeah, we do. I mean, granted, it's at discount grocery store, so they're frozen. But
hey, that's not bad. You know what? I go for the cheap cuts. Because I can't afford like the New York strip and the chuck ribeye and all that stuff.
Not many can right now, dude.
Yeah. I see a $24 steak and I said no. I see a $3. I see a steak that's at $3 and I say winner steak dinner. That's right, I said it.
And then you just throw all the seasonings on it. It doesn't even matter what seasonings it is. You just throw all the seasonings on it to drown out the almost expired $3 steak flavor.
Sometimes I don't even put anything on it at all. Although I have done.
You're a brave man.
Hey,
the $3 steaks, you're a brave man.
Hey, well, no, it's still not expired. It's not expired. It's only expired.
Near expired. Discount grocery store, mind you, near expired.
Near expired. It just like that chicken leg that's near expired.
Yep.
Just like that dog food over there. It's near expired.
Pretty much.
Queen Comic said, "No, I don't want the money. You promised me 50 more years." Oh man.
That's I promised no such thing. I promised as long as I can tolerate. Not her, life. Tolerate life. I don't want to get to be 80 and be crapping my pants and not knowing who my own left hand is. Not what my own left hand is too. Like I want to be able to remember. I want to be able to remember Bob, Steven, Curly, Smith, and Bubba. Like, I want to be able to remember these 5 guys. If I don't remember who one of them are, you might as well just take me out back like old Yeller.
God dang it. Come on. Good Lord. Good Lord.
Hey, you know what? You know what? This is just a little bit of payback for you becoming what is it, Mr. Crime Boss over here when we were playing Schedule 1 last weekend.
Hey, that was pretty good. We made
barking orders to just no. You do this and you do that. Who's got this?
Hey, you decided to take up the produce.
Let somebody manage the phone. Holy shit!
Hey, you decided to take up watering the plants and all that stuff. So don't give me that. You took up
because it was the safest, and B because I was like, shit, I ain't getting yelled at Dara anymore. Fuck, I'll just stay here. I'll just stay here and pack the bags. Dara's a whip cracker.
We made money. You ain't complaining when you get your check in the mail. You're like, oh snap, he was right. No, it was a pretty good game though.
No,
but
it was fun. We gotta play that again.
Yeah. Queen Comic says, for the price of a Happy Meal, we can go to Sam's Club and get 2 hot dogs and 2 slices of pizza with a soda. Amen, sister.
A soda each.
Don't you forget those pretzels too. Those pretzels are something else. All right, they got some good pretzels. What the? Hey, don't look at me. Your husband's the one throwing up his hand.
It's the typical nonsense that you should expect from me. That's what
petty as hell. Hey, you know what? She said it.
Yes, I am. I am a very petty individual.
I will say though, having something like Costco or Sam's Club, it's pretty nice because I remember that you don't have to have a Sam's Club card to just go to the cafe part. So you can just go.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, you can just go in, and if they ask, like, no, I'm just here for the cafe, you can go straight into that, and then you can get.
God forbid you want to get gas or buy a can of corn or just be able to breathe.
Yeah.
Outside of the dining area, outside of the cafeteria area, then you got to have that card, or else I'm sorry, you can't breathe inside the premises of our store unless you're over at the food court.
I'm good at.
You have to hold your breath while you walk through the store until you sign up for a club membership card.
I am good to be a visitor. All right, I am getting pizza with a drink on a cheap. I love Sam's Club. Yes, he is. Oh, Nishi's backing that up. Yes, he is.
Nishi knows what's up. Nishi knows about the ComixDad pettiness.
You have to have a card now. No, you've always had to have a card. I've always known it. You have to.
No, I think she means for the lunch court, for the food court.
Oh, you have to have a card now. Oh, that sucks. Because that's the cheapest meal right there. Costco pizza are amazing. I haven't had their pizza yet, or I haven't had anything from there, but I know that the prices are pretty good. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't think we have a Costco anywhere. I think the closest Costco is like 40 minutes away.
How do I say can of corn? Well, how does she say can of corn?
Here we go. So have you? Well, my question for you first is: have you ever seen the remake of The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler and Burt Reynolds? And so when they're in the game and the fat Tony or whatever the hell his name is, he gets tackled. He gets up and he goes, "Can of corn, I'll be fine. Can of corn." That's pretty much how Queen Comic's wife says it.
Well, yeah, because she's from Jersey. She's going to say like
can of corn. I am too, but I don't have an accent. I've been able to develop a non-accent over the years. I've been able to speak like a normal human being.
You've been able to develop what we call normal person speech. Can you say that, class? Normal person speech.
I've been able to assimilate to most of normal society. Not sound like a complete lunatic when I say regular words.
Hey, I'm walking here, okay? Get out of my street.
I'm walking here. I need my morning coffee here. You get the hell out of my way or I'm going to show you what a can of corn is.
Coffee tastes like horse piss. Don't try to put that one on me. You know what I'm saying.
Might as well be piss water. Let me go get my dog.
You remember your Uncle Tony? He brought all that beer. I remember the one time he brought that beer over. It smelled like a donkey's urinated cesspool. Okay, I was trying to hold myself up with trying to fall asleep.
Or
Oh my!
Nishi's in the chat saying, "I love how Queenie says hot dog."
Hot dog. Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Sound normal. Sound normal. What? Yeah, we do sound normal.
She's saying we sound normal now, talking like her.
Yeah. Hot dog. I'll get a hot dog. I don't have an accent. Yes, you do, young lady.
Full of crap.
Yes,
you have
you
like
do.
8 accents.
Liar.
You have like 18 different accents. It depends on what personality you want to show or what the situation is.
We have a liar in the chat. Everyone, whoop whoop whoop.
We have a chameleon in the chat. I'm convinced she lives a double life as a spy because of all the different accents that she has, or some kind of an actress, one or the other.
One or the other. Goodness.
If so, where's that money?
Where's my money?
Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money,
Mm-hmm.
Queenie? Where's my money?
Oh goodness! But where were we again? Accents. That's right, accents.
I don't even know how we veered off into this.
Because we can. Hey, Lieutenant, what up? How you doing,
Lieutenant
Lieutenant?
Garatina, what up, bro?
Whatever. I'm a normal woman. I'm sorry. What was that? A normal woman? I have heard you say you will screw people's heads off before you. I have heard you say horrible things. Oh, look
normal?
at that. Nishi says, "I love your accent, Queen." Oh, look at that. Look at that. 20 different accents. Oh,
I said 18. I said 18.
Well, yeah. First he did say 18, and then he said you admit. I just know the one, and that's all. That's all I know. But yeah, no, you're good. But no, I mean, yeah, the getting to be able to play that schedule one with other people has been an interesting thing because
Sure.
you can have more people. You're able to do. You can split up the priorities on the different people to do things. Because one thing I dislike about it is when you get caught by the cops and it's hard to hide away from them. All right, I almost got caught.
Yeah. I what was it? I think you were hiding in the bushes at one point.
Yeah, every time I tried to hide, they found me again. I was like, son of a bitch. I'm almost home, guys. I'm almost home. Daddy's gonna make it. Daddy's gonna
we almost lost our criminal mastermind.
Oh goodness. No, but
Big Daddy Dara.
There you go.
That's your crime boss name. Big Daddy
No.
Dara.
It's Big Daddy D, and you better behave yourselves. I come in the house and this thing better be cleaned up. I want to see my bags full. I want to see them full. You got it? Wooden spoon of destiny. Oh, good lord.
Oh yeah, yep. Queen Comics wife, spoon of destiny. Ow! Can you stop? Speaking of spoon of destiny, no, she's not. But I when we stream together, she'll be in the other room on her computer when we stream together, and I'll do that. And she's like, I'm not even next to you, and I'll just turn to make it look like I'm looking at her just on the stream. Like, what are you talking about? You're right here. Just stop it. And she's just looking at the camera, not playing along. She's going, I'm not even next to you, you son of a bitch. What are you talking about?
Oh goodness. Oh man, but what's so you do your comic show and then you do your cafe one, right? The cafeteria one.
So I stepped away from the channel and doing all the streaming and all that stuff for like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
Around like September, October last year.
Yeah.
I started a new job, the whole new sleep schedule to go with that job and everything like that. But also I was feeling burnt out. I was view counting and sub chasing and follower chasing, and like it was not I was not having fun after a while. So I was like, you know what? Let me adjust to this job. Let me focus on starting this new job. And then eventually, if I decide to have the spark again to come back and do it, I'll do it. So now I'm back to doing that. Like, so I'm doing one less stream right now than I was before. Because like before I was doing a weekly stream where I was talking about like new comics coming out and all that stuff. And so like, I don't know if I'm going to bring that stream back or not. Maybe I'll just do it as a weekly video instead or something. Who knows? But also with the new job, it's like I'm out of the house 11 hours a day. So I mean, this last month or two that I've been back, I've been streaming a lot as it is. I
Mm,
don't know if I want to add another weekday stream into my rotation, but no, but so I'm doing my weekend stream. Quick Comics Wife and I, we dual stream that across all of our channels.
mm,
We call it Couples Cafe,
mm,
or Comics Couples Cafe, and we just talk about whatever's going on in whether it's entertainment news, current events,
mhm.
life, whatever things that we've done recently. Like this past weekend, we took the kids to go see the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh,
And the next day we did a stream, so we were talking about that. We were talking about some stuff regarding Easter,
mhm,
and we were talking about like Christianity and entertainment, like video games and comics, and we were
mm,
talking about just whatever kind of comes across our X feeds, basically for the most
mhm,
part. And then I've brought back last week. I brought back right behind me my podcast Talking Shop,
mhm.
which I got to get you on, by the way, at some point, Dara. I'm disappointed in myself for not doing that before I went on hiatus. Um,
Get yourself a calendar and start writing
well,
down names, buddy.
oh, I know. Part of the problem with that is too. You do this every week, same time every day. So
Not really. Not same time. Not same time, obviously, but
okay.
it
Well,
does seem to
we'll
be.
work something out then.
Yeah,
Because like I've changed my time for that too. I used to do that at like 8 o'clock at night. Now,
yeah,
or like 8 or 8:30. Now I'm doing it at 6:30.
yeah,
So I've cut the start time or pushed it up by 2 hours because it just makes more sense with like I'm in bed by 10 o'clock now as
yeah,
opposed to previously before this job I wasn't laying down for the night until like midnight. So,
yeah.
um,
It's
but
always
yeah,
about
like
the.
I'll have a guest on. We'll talk about some comic stuff, and
Mhm,
most of the guests are usually like other streamers or content creators. So we'll talk about their content, how they got
mhm,
started. I've had a couple of like small like independent comic artists and
mhm,
creators and stuff on as well.
mhm.
Um, I even had a former amateur wrestler and wrestling promoter on at one point. He
Nice.
was really cool. He's affiliated with that Park Place and WDW Pro.
Oh, nice.
Um, but like, so that was cool. We talked wrestling and stuff a little bit, but yeah, we just talk all sorts of stuff. Mostly it's just kind of similar to this. But like it's like a where did you get your start? Where are you now? What are your plans for the future with whatever your shop is that you're doing? So like whether the shop is being an artist, being a writer, being a content creator, being a whatever,
Mhm.
and then just whatever time is left at the end, if there is any, we just cover just a couple of like things that I've again maybe came across my X feed over the last day or two before,
Yeah,
like in between the weekend show and the Talking Shop show, which happens on Thursdays.
yeah, yeah, and it's like I've had a few people that do the comic stuff, like uh, Dinosaur Man was one. He was
Yep.
pretty nice.
Yeah,
Carol,
Eric Hodson's a great
yeah,
guy.
Eric Hodson. Uh, he does a great. Was it was joking with it, but he does a great Robert Kennedy
Oh
impersonation.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's just he doesn't have to put a whole lot of effort into it, which is the great thing because
Pure.
he takes his yeah he takes he that's why one of the things I appreciated so much about talking with Eric,
Mm,
because he I had him on the channel I think like 2 or 3 times. He's the only returning person that's come on the channel so far.
mm,
Um, but every time I've talked to him, like he takes his physical disadvantages and he finds a way to spin them and make them a positive, or or the negatives that he faces in terms of his health, everything finds
yeah,
a way to make them positives, whether it's just humor or otherwise. Like he finds a way to work with it, or he finds a way to make people laugh with it or something. Like it just
yeah,
he doesn't let it keep him down, and like that's part of a big part of Eric that is just so I respect so much, and also he's an inspiring individual. He's an inspiring man as well, just because of his story and everything, and what he's got through and goes through, and still is able to do the high quality work that he does.
yeah, yeah, and oh, of course, like Carol Brown. I've talked to Carol Brown. She's lovely.
Yep, I've had her
Super.
on. She's actually going to be my second repeat guest. She's going to be coming on next month. We're going to be talking her more recent stuff that's been announced recently with Rippaverse, so that'll be fun.
Nice, nice. Um, let's see. I find it's just it's the constant thing of having a bunch of different people on is that it's not always the same sort of group type of what's the word sphere of
Industry creators,
it's not
influence.
it's not the same sort of thing of what they do.
Yeah,
That sort of a deal. It's more of just like just talking about whatever, and that's usually the point, which I always found fascinating with. I mean, you do it for your comics end, which there's a lot of people who want comics, but there's only a certain point to where that goes so far because that relies on an industry to still continue, right?
for sure.
Like obviously you can switch over to manga if that ever comes to the case, but like the you for people who do the thing of comics, it relies on that industry to still be around. And obviously, of course, there's things like buying older versions of comics, like
Mhm.
old stuff, but usually that
Yep.
stuff costs what, hundreds of dollars at a certain point or more.
I mean, it really depends. Now, if you're chasing down like really rare old books for a collection, trying to find them in phenomenal condition and everything, yeah, that could be pricey. But
Mm,
if you're just running down because you just like the Uncanny X-Men,
mm,
like most of those, a lot of the Uncanny X-Men, you can find back issues of that for upwards of like $5 or $10. Like
mm,
some depending upon the issue and depending upon the conditions, and maybe even a couple dollars less. Like,
mm,
but then you have your couple of key issues that really stand out, whether it's because of somebody specifically did an art on there, or it's just a really popular issue, or it's very integral to the storyline at the time, and it
mm,
made such a huge impact in the fandom and in the lore of that title.
mm,
So yeah, there's things like that that come into play in terms of the price of going and collecting older books.
yeah,
But I mean, if you don't particularly care about chasing down the high value ones that collectors really chase after, you
right.
can go find a whole bunch of good stuff in the back issue boxes at your local comic shop,
Hmm.
for a pretty decent price if you just want to go just read some older books that didn't have a lot of the crap that's in it nowadays. That's all.
Right. Go, go, bargain finder.
And
Da, 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 da.
and I yeah, yeah. And I think the kind of one of the differences between us is, like you say, you kind of like do people from all sorts of walks and everything like that. Now I'd like to as well, but like I also I try to limit it to, not saying that you don't have one particular interest or something like that, but I try to keep it contained to
Comics and
people
stuff.
that, well, not just comics, but also people that like I know I would enjoy talking to.
Mhm,
And that's part of the reason why Talking Shop podcast is so focused around like basically doing an interview with the guest about like, well, their beginnings, how they got started doing their thing, how they got to where they are, all that stuff, cuz
mhm.
like people's stories are really interesting to me,
Yeah,
especially if it's somebody that I'm really interested in the stuff that they do. So, like, I mean, having just back and forth conversation, casual conversation like you do is great. That's just like for me, I the way that I do Talking Shop, like it's free flowing to an extent, but
mm,
I need to have it structured a certain way for me to be comfortable with it, as opposed to like you're just able to have whatever conversation. And I envy you for that because of, like, I drive myself wild trying to find stuff to talk about sometimes when I was doing Talking Shop with a couple of guests.
mhm.
So
And for the past hour, you've been able to do that flawlessly, so I don't know what you're
that's because
worried
you're
about.
leading the conversation, my man.
Oh my goodness, if I
As the host, you lead the conversation. I'm just the guest.
leave
I'm
that.
able to be more loosey goosey.
Yeah.
I said loosey goosey. That's right. Don't judge.
Hey, you calm it down
I
over there.
got kids.
I will
I
turn this
got
bus
kids. I
around.
can say that. I'm not over here like Big Gay Al from South Park calling people Philly gooses.
Hey, you know
So
what? You throw me under the bus for the K-pop thing. I'm gonna throw you under the bus for that one. All right, you just.
I got kids. That is my
I.
excuse for a lot of this. That's a passable excuse.
Yeah, he has those Lego sets because he has kids. Yeah, sure.
Damn straight. Damn straight that they're not allowed to touch.
Daddy's super cruiser for a reason. Don't you touch it. Don't you touch it.
God, I would be that dad from the Lego movie.
Yep. The big boss or Mr. Boss, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Will Ferrell, that lunatic.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
He's hilarious, but he is a nut job.
That's true. Well,
Or the brain rot.
that depends on it depends on how you see him in real life, because that could also be true. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. What
Uh-oh.
happens is no, nothing bad's gonna happen. But what happens is I set aside some time for me and my guests to promote our stuff. Especially if they're not a content creator, then they usually just say a few words or whatever. But because Mister Big Shot over here is a content creator, I have his thing in the down
Big shot,
below.
please.
All right, here we go. I was able to
You a
find
bigger
this.
big shot than I am, my man.
I'm surprised you haven't tried the Tomby's thing yet for your stuff.
Oh, do you mean streamers?
Yeah.
I see. The part of that is like I need to talk to Tomby to be able to like kind of figure out more about it, because like Tomby and I used to talk a lot, and then I kind of went on my hiatus and
Yep.
I started this job, and because of the natural time difference between us, it's like a 6 hour time difference between us. Like it is a lot harder to talk to that man now than it
And he's
was
busy.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's a busy guy on top of it. So like, I mean, I've been able to chat with him here and there, just like sending him messages and whatnot. But like, he's a lot busier now. And then again, the time difference between us, and with my job, how long my work days are and everything. By the time I get home, it's almost bed. It's almost time for bed over there, even though the man hardly sleeps. So it's. I want to be able to use streamers, and I know he has like that Discord adjacent
it's not out yet. Dojo's not out.
Dojo. Yeah, Dojo. I know he's got that Discord adjacent application that he's working on called Dojo. So like I definitely want to be able to get in on the ground level to use that and everything. It just he and I got to be able to connect, and it's just really hard to, especially during the weekdays.
What do you need help with? What are you
understand? Well, first I just need to understand streamers.
Okay,
I heard about it for the first time like a month ago.
Well, yeah, a streamer is someone who's
no.
You said you. Well, after we get done with our promotion, I'll show you. Because I already have mine set up. But anyway, that of course is a link tree right there. So, ComixDad, drop the beat.
So other than obviously the ComixDad stuff, now I've also, the other thing about me coming back from my hiatus is I've done a little bit of rebranding on the channel, like with the Talking Shop logo, with my channel logo, with the stuff that I'm doing. But also in terms of like I'm doing more videos now than I did before. Like I was doing videos when I first started my channel, and they were comic book reading videos. I would just put a book up on the screen, read along with it. And part of the problem was I was kind of trying to chase what people were interested in reading, not what I was interested in reading. I was trying to keep up with what was going on in like the entertainment industry that was comic book related, and reading stuff based around that. But so like I kind of burned myself on that. Maybe I'll go back to it, or maybe I'll turn it into like a live stream and do that like once a month or something. Maybe, I don't know. But that's kind of on the back burner. Instead, I've been doing like reaction videos to like comic book news and entertainment, a bit like the stuff that a lot of people do. Like there's nothing special about what I'm doing. But like I just try to give my own thoughts and opinions and views, and throw a little humor in there and everything. But so I've been doing
funny.
Yeah, hey. Ooh,
that was a fast one.
I'll get you when I have you on the channel. I'll get you back in some way. I'll find a way when I have you on.
Well,
don't
you know
worry.
That saying that they tell you, it's like, the best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago, and then now's your time. You better start. It's just was playing the
one of those seeds.
No. I was playing the live. What was it? To Die for 2 or whatever it was. The circus one, and that's when I made the thing for this one. So whenever you got your opportunity, you might as well strike while the iron's hot. Because I started doing my stuff. So for people who don't know, I start reaching out to people for a month, for the new month, towards like 2 weeks before the new month ends, because it gives me a way of having a buffer. And now again, I don't have to do to the frequency that I do it to. That's no requirement or whatever. But to be able to sit here and say I've had over 330 various guests, like I've
It's impressive.
not seen anyone say that. So I mean, you could do it over longer periods of time, sure, but like to the extent I've done it with, probably with like maybe a little over 2 years. I mean, and that's really, when you talk about the metric stuff, forget it. Viewer stuff, that it's all great. I'm glad,
Mhm.
but the real metric that I care about most is how many people I've had on and chatted with, and how many return, and all that stuff, because that's more important than just because follower counts don't mean very much.
Yep. Well, and
You could.
that was part of the reason why I took the break too, because I found I was focusing too much on that.
Mm,
And now that I'm back, now I'm just having fun. I mean, if my stuff gets views, if I get followers, subscribers, all that stuff, if I get YouTube monetization, if I get Rumble Creator program status, which, I mean, I'm back in right now, but if I don't meet the metrics for that or whatever, like it's all gravy, man. I'm
mm,
just having fun. I'm back. I'm just having fun, and that's all I'm trying to focus on. But yeah. So Thursdays I have Talk and Shop. Right now the tentative time I've been trying to stick with scheduling for people is 6:30 Eastern time. So tomorrow night you can catch me over there on my main channel, ComixDad. You catch me on the weekends. It'll either be Sunday or Monday, or
mm,
Saturday or Sunday, like late morning, early afternoon,
mm.
with Queen Comics Wife, my wife. The reason why that day is going to change, it depends on her work schedule.
Right.
Sometimes she works Saturdays, sometimes she works Sundays. So we do whatever day she doesn't work.
Mm,
And then watch out on the main channel for videos as well. But then also when I decided to make my comeback, I actually started a dedicated gaming channel. Like I used to do gaming streams and stuff on my main channel as well
yeah.
too. And I think that was kind of hurting me in a sense for like just kind of visibility and stuff, because I was doing all sorts of different things. So I
Right.
was like, well, let me make a dedicated gaming channel. So that's called CD's Arcade.
Mm,
Originally, I was gonna call it, and a buddy of mine, he picked up on that too when I told them the definitive name I came up with. But
yeah.
originally, it was gonna be CD's Nuts Arcade, or CD's, like DEEZ, like D's nuts, not even nuts. I wasn't gonna have the actual nuts in there, but it was just gonna be CD's Arcade and let people make the connection, because CD's nuts.
I was just thinking CD as in like an actual CD, but now that we
Well,
know.
that's what I ended up going with. Yeah, but originally it was going to be spelled out like CDEEZ. That's how I was originally going to spell the channel. But there were too many channels that had kind of a variation of that.
Mm,
So I was like, screw it, I'll just go with CD for Comics Dad. So it's just CD plural, or possessive, CD's Arcade.
mm,
And I just do gaming streams over there. I just have fun. Not doing any kind of gaming videos or shorts or clips or anything. Like, I think I made one video when you and I and Queenie all played Left 4 Dead for the first time. So like I did a video of that. I mashed up some of the funniest parts of that into a video.
yeah,
Just
where it was
in
mostly
her
Queenie,
mind.
was where it
Yeah,
mostly just Queenie selling the short right there.
yeah, that's all it is. Just, oh, hell no, hell no, no, no. If you ever seen what was it, that movie Cop Out with Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Basically, she was Tracy Morgan in the car the whole time. Mm-mm, mm-mm, no, 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 no,
Mm-mm,
hell no, no, no.
mm, yeah. I
But
get.
yeah,
I.
I mean, you catch me over there. I'm streaming on there now. I'd like to do some more game streams, but I mean, again, it comes down to like what kind of bandwidth do I have during the week. So really, my game streams on that channel are just Tuesdays when Queen Comics Wife and myself and our friends from the For the Homies podcast play some games on Tuesday nights, and then
Nice.
also we play with them on Saturday nights. We do Among Us 3 out of 4 Saturdays of the month, because there's
Oh,
one Saturday a month they're not available. So
mm.
I'd like to start doing some more like independent solo gaming streams, play some other stuff, but we'll see if I have the bandwidth and the time for it. I'll pop on a stream. But
You will play. You
yeah,
will play the game with me forever. See, coming
yes, yes,
forever.
I will forever only play multiplayer games with people on the gaming channel.
Hey, I need some
Wait,
help with my. I need some help with my drug kingpin system. Okay, we got to get there. All right, we got
no,
to get that
we'll
down.
definitely play that again. We'll definitely play that again. Me, you, and Queenie, and Nishi, because I think she was the host of that one. So
Well,
I
I
think
think.
it was
I think.
under hers.
Right. Well, for that one, yes, but I think I can. If I'm able to, I'm probably gonna be able to invite you to the one that I've gotten, because I've gotten a lot
That's
farther
true.
than one. So there's that. But anyway, his link tree is there, right there. It'll be both on the Rumble and YouTube side.
Oh,
I did
and
put it.
I was gonna say, actually, I am also although I don't stream to it, I am on Kick under CD's Arcade, but I don't even stream to Kick anymore.
Yeah.
But I am streaming now to Blaze Stream.
Yeah, it's in the
The
link tree.
Blaze.stream. Yeah,
Yes.
that's in the link tree as well. That's just called ComixDad, and then I just changed the channel photo whenever I'm doing a gaming stream.
No, yeah, it's all in there, and again, it'll be both. And I did post it. Unfortunately, there's no somewhat permanent way because their streams disappear after like a week. But the point of the matter is, though, at least I try to post it to all the areas so that way people can find ComixDad and say, "What is this guy about?" And I say, "Well, you're gonna have to find out the hard way." And I mean, you're gonna have to find out the hard way. But the point of the matter is that his stuff is out there, so you can find out. So
I'm just gonna start putting all my stuff behind the paywall. So if you really want to find out, you're gonna find out the hard way financially.
he's gonna do what
I'm
they
gonna make life hard for you. Financial hardships. I'm gonna make you go through a way you're gonna struggle to pay your mortgage. You and your spouse are gonna fight over money because you guys want to see what's on my channel. It's gonna be like $100 per view. You're gonna be struggling to put your kids through private school. Like I'm gonna make your life hard. And if you really want it, it's gonna be the difficult the path of most resistance if you want to check out my content.
We call this the fandom of ComixDad.
No, everything is free to watch. Go.
Darn, too bad. But anyway, his links would be up on both ends. But for my,
I would be so pissed if there was somebody that I like that they out of the blue hit their viewers with that. I'd be so pissed. But you know what? Depending on who it was, I would maybe say, you know what? Fine, shut up and take my money. Like
there you go. ComixDad OF, got it. There you go. Nishi understands.
It's not the first time Nishi said that too.
Well,
I'm convinced Nishi wants to pimp me out.
I thought you would have. I think your wife would easily do that to you.
I mean, Nishi and Queenie, they're basically sisters at this point that live on opposite sides of the world. So
that is true. I learned she's from Perth in Australia. She's a bit of the down under right there. Yep.
Aussie.
Oi. That's right, I know it. But anyway, a link is down below on both ends, so make sure you give it a look. And if if he's worth the follow, why not? But for my things, remember, any help with the engagement factor, like, share, and all this stuff helps. Not only because it helps in being seen more, like all content creators, it also helps in having other people on, like ComixDad, Queen Comics, Tobias, Daniel Clancy, so many other people. Again, over 330 various guests have been on the show, and the ladder and the line keeps getting, well, the tree keeps growing taller, and that's the point. So any and all help with the engagement factor on either end is much appreciated, regardless of the amount. It's always much appreciated. Of course, this is my linkers right here. Now I'm just trying out streamers to see about it, but you'll find it right there. All my links are in there. All my current stuff is in there. I haven't done that for a link tree yet, but for this one, all my link tree stuff is in there. So if you want to see all my stuff, that is the place to go for all that. And of course, there are a few things I do before we get right back into it that I promote because of all the good stuff. Hold on.
No,
clearing the pipes.
You're not excused.
Yeah, well, too bad you can hear. All right, but first thing, you can't excuse me. I'll excuse me. I'm better.
You can't handle the excuse.
That's right. But for my other things, so the two things I promote is one, because I'm part of the partner program on Proton, but because I use it on a daily basis, is Proton Pass. Now, this one was a nice little treat because I made this little thing, and I'm going to read it anyway. So, reusing passwords is a risk you don't need to take. Proton Pass is the easy switch you'll ever make. That's right. Proton Pass is a password manager that you can go there, and there's paid versions, but you can get a free version too. Now, remember, free versions are always limited in what you could do, but for this one, you could do a whole bunch of stuff. They generate the passwords. They also have a thing called alias email, right? So if you don't want to use your actual email, say ComixDad wants to sign up for some comics thing because of loyalty rewards, whatever, because a lot of people do that nowadays. But he doesn't want but he doesn't want to use his actual password. So what he can do is he can go in, he can have a alias, not password, but email. He can have an alias email generated by Proton Pass and use that. And what will happen is it will send back to his actual email. If you have Proton Mail, it will just send back to that one. But if you have a different one, I think you'll have to set it up that way.
Interesting.
But that's free too. But again, you can go there. They do have a free account you could do, but again, it is limited in what it can do. So always worth a shot. I use it on a daily basis, like alias email, like all sorts of stuff. Like I wish I could do that for YouTube, but unfortunately, if you have YouTube, you have to use Gmail. Which is one thing I'll give Rumble credit for, is that you don't have to use their email service, but they don't have an email service. I'd rather use Proton, to be honest.
Not yet, and quite frankly, if they started an email service, I probably wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it. I would stick with Proton all the way through. But again, link is right there, and of course, there are deals. Yes.
Also, the rhyming scheme is very nice too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was close because Claude kind of helped with that, as well as kind of like I did that, and I was like, you know what, we should rhyme that, because rhyming is always nicer. And I said, yeah, let me put it that way, and there we go. But I don't know what I get out of it. I just know that I promote it not for my benefit, but for your guys's, because I use it on a daily basis. They're a privacy oriented company, and why wouldn't you want to try to protect your privacy more? Look, compared to my my Proton Mail to the other mails I have, like Gmail, iCloud, my AOL, which I erased because I didn't have anything attached to it. There were more spam mails than Proton ever had. Rarely would I get one. And having Proton Pass helps that too. And again, you can have a free version. So give it a whirl. If it suits you, great. If not, at least the option is there for you to use. And then the next part, of course, is Biltong USA. That's right. For people who don't know what biltong is a South African snack that is an air dried cured meat. I actually got to have on the gentleman. His name is Anton, who owns the business with his wife.
Okay.
And his kids help too. If you're in Texas, they do have a convenience store in Texas, Sunset, Texas, actually, where they sell all the things that they do online in store. And again, it's all like it's a much more healthier type of snack rather than beef jerky you would get in store. Like you go to Label, look at a store, there's probably like 13 different ingredients in there. With biltong, there's about maybe five. So once I hopefully I get some, I'll money, I'll be able to do some. But the point of the matter is, those are great people making a great product in America. It's really good. And
get some money, I'm telling you, Dara, $100 per view paywall. That'll get you with the money you need.
No, that's not going to work. I barely get anything as is with what I have. I don't do the creator program anymore. So, but I will talk a bit more about that later. But anyway, you could also use code DARA, DARA, a 4-letter word you can say. That's right, kids. You can say my name all day long, but you better take those 4 other words out of your mouth. All right. No, see you next Tuesday. Okay. No, see you next Tuesday. No, fudge up, Kit Kat. All right. None of that.
No sugar honey iced tea.
Sugar honey iced tea. There you go. None of that.
There is one we can say.
Yeah.
Make America great again.
No, that's the wrong one to say. It's code DARA for 10% off.
No.
DARA. All right, DARA.
No, that one's not going to get you a discount. I'm just saying that's a good one too.
Yeah. After he gets called out,
that one won't get you a discount. If anything, it'll get you kicked out of a lot of social circles.
No. Don't listen to him. He doesn't always talk about. But anyway, that's all the stuff I promote. But yeah. So one of the things is that yes, I am still in the creator program. Have still been in the creator program since its inception. I just don't fulfill all the requirements because I don't want. I just at a certain point I was tired of doing the premium streams. It was just becoming. It was, but also I stopped doing it after the whole ad ordeal that they did a while back, the mandatory, which they've since changed. But the point of the matter is, it doesn't matter. It was a poorly executed thing. No one, pretty much barely anyone knew about it. And at that point, I was like, I'm done. I was already having enough trouble with the premium streams, and after that point, I was like, I was done. But the way you can stay in and not get any money is you have to fulfill the Rumble Studio stream part, and you have to fill the unique chatters part. That's the only.
Oh, really? I did not know that. See, Yeah, I just fell off altogether, so I had to reapply for the program altogether.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, but even then though, like I read the only reason why I reapplied for it is because, like, I mean, I went through my
like pocket
whole
change.
what was that? Yeah, it's pocket change, but like it helps pay a bill because like I went through my whole thing of being in between jobs and everything last year. Queen
Yeah.
Comics Wife did as well. I was fortunate enough where I was able to find a job, which why I took my hiatus and all that
Mm,
stuff. But like it pays better. It's a much comfier gig. It's a good place to work at.
mm,
Queenie didn't have as much luck as me. It took her like she was on unemployment for the entire 6 month maximum of unemployment until she
wow.
found something. And
Yeah.
even then, it's something that's she doesn't like doing. But I mean, granted, she's being an adult; she's doing what she has to do. But
Mm,
also, it's like it's part time, so that's the unfortunate thing because there's a lot of stuff around here that either you need like either like a decade plus of experience or like various types of degrees or stuff that like doesn't fall in line with what she has,
mm,
or it's just stuff that she physically can't do because we
mm,
live in a very blue collar area of
yeah.
Pennsylvania too. So and like her just a being a woman and then also b with her physical limitations and stuff.
Yeah.
She has a couple of conditions and stuff like that.
Right.
Unfortunately, this is the only thing she can find for the time being. So me getting back into the creator program is definitely gonna help alleviate some of that because I know she
Oh,
beats
look at
herself up.
that.
Thank you, Queenie. She beats herself up about it too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm streaming again anyway. Let me hi
Hey,
Queenie.
hey,
Let me
hey, I see you too. I see you too. I know you're there. I know you're there.
he says he knows you're there. He sees you too. What? Oh, thank you, Queenie.
Wow. Wow. Such
But
harshness.
but no, but and she's a trooper. So
Yeah.
like
That's
she
good.
she takes care of the house on her days off or even after
Mm,
she gets home from her scheduled shifts. Plus she's in the creator program, so like we got that going and
mm,
but like she beats herself up sometimes though and I'm like you don't got to worry between like at least you're working some kind of a job plus you got the
yeah.
creator program plus
Yeah.
I'm working this better job than the last one I had but
Nice.
like I was like, screw it. Let me just I'm streaming anyway. Let me reapply for the creator program. Let me see if I can hit the metrics. Try to just ease a little bit more of that
Mm,
more of that off of her mind. So
mm.
she's just not she's
Yeah.
just not stressing as much over the stuff that she doesn't necessarily need to stress about. But
Yeah, and
like
that's understandable because
bas-
obviously, of course, yeah,
yeah, basically, I'm back in the creator program more because I just wanna to be a good husband and all that stuff. Not because necessarily we need the money, although the what is it like $200 a month? I mean, it helps pay a bill for sure, but like,
yeah,
I mean, we'll get by. We were getting by without me being the creator program. So
right,
it's more just to help put her mind at ease over some stuff.
right.
Anything.
No, and that's understandable. Like you do what you have to because that's the whole point. What'd you get? What'd you get? It's literally Starbucks.
Ooh, no, it's Wawa. Are you familiar with Wawa?
I've heard of it.
Yes. Okay. So Wawa is definitely it's a huge, like East Coast, New Jersey, Eastern Pennsylvania,
Mm.
and then also they're pretty big down in Florida apparently too.
Ooh,
But they're a gas station chain that like they do food and like fresh
mm,
made food and stuff like that. Right here,
ooh,
I have a mango cream smoothie.
ooh.
And
Well, it's
it
sort of
is
like it sounds like
delicious.
Bucky's. Really, it sounds like what Bucky's is.
Well,
Because I
no,
was.
the Wawa doesn't hold a candle to Bucky's. Absolutely not. I already talked with a buddy of ours, Ronan the Crusader. He lives one state over from us,
Yeah.
and the closest Bucky's to me is about 3.5 hours south in Virginia.
Mm.
It's about a 5.5 hour drive for him. So I told him,
Oh.
like, dude, come on out this way, spend the night. We'll rent a car for a day, and
Mm.
we'll just book it on down to Bucky's in Virginia, and we'll just stay there like for 4 hours, just eating brisket sandwiches and buying all the Bucky snacks and everything.
Mm. I've never been to one. My family, when they went down to Branson, Missouri, I think it was, and they went to go. They thought saw one there, but I've
Okay.
never been to one because it's not close to me. The only thing that's close to me is something called like Love's, which is a stop type
Yep,
itself.
we've got a
Uh,
Love's right up the road from us.
oh,
They're
that's
like more
awesome.
of a truck stop than anything.
Yeah, but it's still nice. A funny thing though is like they have laundry place and they have shower stuff too, which is
Well,
kind of
yeah,
nice.
because yeah, they cater to truckers.
Yeah,
Loves, and then there's also Travel Centers of America. So if you got one of those near you too,
that's true.
like same thing. They and the Travel Centers of America typically have like a restaurant or something attached to them, or at
Mm,
least some of the bigger ones do. Um, but no, but Bucky's is an experience, man. I've only been to a Bucky's once. It was on our way back from Florida when we went on vacation like 3 years ago, and it's just wild, man. Everything is Bucky's branded. They have a mascot that they have somebody in the mascot costume coming and walking around, taking pictures with people.
Right.
Like it's a convenience store plus a food stop plus a
Yeah.
gas station.
Mhm.
Plus they also have all sorts of just wild merchandise that like both Bucky's like bullshit
Oh.
merchandise, but also they sell legitimate clothing. They sell like just regular stuff that you would need for being on the road, toiletries, stuff like that. They
Mhm.
sell, I think they sell like some roadside survival stuff or whatever too, because like they're a big they're a big like travel stop
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So they have all sorts of things in there, but like it's
Yeah.
wall to wall Bucky's logos everywhere on almost everything.
I believe it. Yeah, because they have like car wash stuff and all that. But I mean, they have gas station too, so there's that too.
And the
Um,
bathroom is like the most immaculate gas station bathroom I've ever been in my entire life. I would
truff,
eat off the floor in those bathrooms.
truff hot sauce.
I would
Truff.
say that's how clean they are.
Yeah, truff
Oh
hot
yeah, yeah,
sauce. So
yeah.
truffle is
Queenie,
like a truffle hot sauce. Is what you're trying to say?
yeah, it's like a truffle infused hot sauce. It's called truff. She loves that.
She likes the spice. I could tell. She
Hmm.
married you, so I mean that's partly that reason anyway. But you know,
Nah, brother, Polish Irish. That's all I got. I got no spice in me. I'm Polish Irish. All I got is
hey, Irish just
I got pasty white milk. That's all I got.
hey, Irish has some spice to it. Don't throw yourself down. You can
Pepper, pepper. That's it. Black pepper.
black
That's it.
pepper. Hey, black pepper goes on some good. You put that with salt on a steak. There you go. You win it right there. But yeah, I would like to go to a Bucky's one time, but it's just too far to reach. I don't think
No, for sure.
they're anywhere near where my state is at, so I think that's the
Okay.
problem. I'm the spicy one. Well, okay, that is
Um,
true. You are spicy.
she is very spicy, both with her accent and with her personality,
I think yeah, that's like a two in one feature right there.
for sure.
Um,
But yeah, I mean, it's if it was any further, if the closest one to us was any further than it is,
mm,
I wouldn't just go. I wouldn't be proposing taking a random bullshit drive down. But like, it's like 3.5 hours away. We do that when we go to we make that drive when we go to visit my dad. So like, I can make that drive to go get some awesome Bucky's food. Why not? And just spend part of a day down there buying and eating food and being a disgusting slob at Bucky's.
mhm.
Why the hell not? I can make that drive.
Let's see. I think I found something to see. La 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 la
Uh-oh.
la. Bucky's operates locations across Texas, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Colorado, Missouri, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Virginia as of April 2026. The change has expanded significantly, with Texas hosting the highest concentration of stores, including
Yep.
multiple locations in Angleton, Lake Jackson, Freeport, and Pearland. That's a interesting name to have for a city. Texas major hubs include Fort Worth, Denton, Katy, Lulling, and Bastrop. Interesting, with many sites featuring Teller superchargers and Mercedes Benz chargers. Alabama locations are found in Athens, Auburn, Leeds, and Loxley, Robertsdale. Florida stores operate in Daytona Beach and St. Augustine.
St.
Georgia,
Augustine was the one that we stopped at on the way back from Orlando that one time.
nice. Sites located in Calhoun, Adairsville, and Warner Robins, Fort Valley. Other states, single locations exist in Crossville and Sevierville, Kodiak, Tennessee, Richmond, and Smiths Grove, Kentucky, Burton, Johnstown, Colorado, Springfield. There's a lot of things.
Yep.
Upcoming and
Mount
future.
Crawford, Virginia. That's the
Yee.
one that I'm planning on going to at some point.
There you go. Yeehaw. Bourne, Texas, and San Marcos, Texas are listed as coming soon or under construction. Additional expansion plans are indicated by the new Bucky's locations by state. Queries suggesting continued growth in 2026. Well, that'd be nice, but it seems like it's mostly just down south to where it's stuck to.
Yeah, for the most part, their highest concentration, like that says, is definitely in Texas. But I mean, they're so. My thing is, I don't under. I mean, it's definitely a financial undertaking, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. Um, the one number hours away, just 3 hours away, just opened. Yeah, yeah, the one in Virginia just opened in the last couple of months.
There you go. She says we
Um,
have to go. Oh, well, she's
Yep.
going
Well,
along with.
like I told Ronan the when he was on ladies' night with her and Nishi. Like, well, road trip it. Ronan, he can come out. He's like family. He can come hang out, and we'll just rent a like large SUV. So this way nobody's getting crushed or the kids aren't rubbing up against people and kid
Yeah,
germs and all that crap. And we'll just go there.
there you
You
go.
want to make your way out here? Go to a Bucky's. If I don't know how exactly far away you are, but like if you can manage to get out here, we'll drive you down. We'll make a whole thing of it.
I'm in Indiana, so that's quite a bit of ways. But no, that sounds like a pretty fun time. You could stay home. Oh, okay, all right. Now you're being told.
That's messed
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry, ComixDad.
That's messed
That's
up.
that's too dang bad. Oh man, that sucks.
Ruined.
But let's. Oh goodness, nope. The sadness continues. Let's see. All right, I'm
That's
gonna go
just my
to
life,
my.
man. It is what it is.
Oh wow, Grace Period ends. So you had said, "I'm going to get me some snacks." There you go. Take as much as you can, Comics Queen.
Yep.
Takes as
There you
much
go.
as you can. So the question was earlier, you were talking about streamers, and you were
Yep.
wanting to know what it's about. So like, what are your questions? Because I have mine pulled up.
Yeah, like I've been on the site. Like I think I even created an
Mhm.
account. I just don't know what to do with it. Like that's my biggest thing.
Well, you just you make a you can make a thing where it becomes like you can make uh hold on, you can make a thing and you can get like this, which will be your um so I can go to here, right? I can click on here and a I can get a link with all my links in here. And funny enough, you can set up an events thing too, right?
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I've seen the tabs about streaming elements and like music elements and stuff like that that like people can upload to
Yeah,
like share with
the,
others that people can use. So like I didn't know
yes,
if that was like part
the
part of like what you do with it or
assets, I mean assets
'cause, I
you
mean
could use.
it seems like our buddy Tomby is like the one that's uploaded the majority of the assets. So
It looks like it. There's some others, but I mean, it is. I mean, you can do that, but my thing is like you can just do the thing with like Linktree where you can have this right here and you can do more with it. I don't know why it's only oh, it is showing YouTube as well in the red. But
okay.
like I have all my links here. It's really not that hard. Like in order to do that, you have to go to your settings. Now you do have to be a streamer in order for your. I guess well, you can be a creator too, so there's that. But I just chose streamer because that was all that good stuff. But
Yes,
you,
and then, like I guess the differentiation between being a streamer versus a creator, I guess creator
yes,
in terms of like creating the assets, I guess.
it
That's
says
what qualifies you as a creator.
creator says apply for this if you want to upload assets to the marketplace, which we just saw. Streamer,
Gotcha.
yeah, streamer is apply for this if you primarily use download assets, add you to community tab. So that's what we just saw. Devs apply for this if you're a developer building apps and tools for streamers. Channel moderator apply for this if you're a moderator on channels. Brand apply for this if you represent an affiliate company or brand. As you can see here, like all this stuff, like you can do this, but the one you'll probably want to go to, you can put your social links in here for certain things. But the one you'll probably want to go to is this one, your streamers space, where you can manage your links.
Okay.
And so from that point, you can go to manage affiliations, which I don't use, or you could do manage upcoming events, which I just showed you, where these are you can set up like what you're having coming on and all this stuff. You can put like the picture
Okay.
of all that, and then of course this right here, this one right here, socials. This is where you put your links and all that stuff in here, and then you can add, and that will build this support. I'm not sure what this is. Don't even not even tried it, but basically this is where you can do your stuff. It's basically that simple. So you want to do use the update. You don't have to use this at all. You don't have to use this. You don't have to use this.
Gotcha.
You can use this right here, and it's easy to just set put in the label, put in the URL, icon if you want, and then custom, and then that's it. That's basically it. And you don't
Good
uh,
stuff. So basically, basically it's kind of a catch-all of Linktree plus plus like streamer
It,
support type of deal.
it's Linktree Plus. Well, with Linktree, it's free to use straight out, but you have if you want the more in-depth stuff, you have to pay a premium for. Where this is sort of like it does go to a form of premium, but you do get like even if you just use it for the Linktree stuff. I mean, you get so much more with visuals and audio and all that. But like if you just want to use the Linktree stuff, you can, and then that will have all your links under one area, and then you could do like that. I think
Gotcha.
the event thing is kind of nice too. So I like being able to do that. But that's pretty much it. Like other than that, like any curiosity of what you need to do, what you want, like is there any in-depth question you have about this?
I just got to get in and play around with it. Really,
Yeah, yeah.
that's more than anything.
Here. Well, here's
Yeah.
the here's
like,
the
like I
link.
said, I know I created an account, so I
Yeah,
just got to log into it. But
yeah.
I just got to get in there and actually play around and figure out what the heck I'm doing with it.
Yeah, there's the link right there in the chat if anyone wants. Because it took me a bit, so that's why I'm showing you how to do it like on the visual scale, because it took me a bit to
And this
figure
is
out.
this is another Tomby project, I think, right? Like he
Yeah,
developed and created streamers as well as Dojo.
Dojo is not there yet.
Yeah, I know Dojo's not launched yet, but like he's working on Dojo. But he also, I believe, created streamers, right?
Streamers was first, and then Dojo, but other things too, like the Rumble live ops and all stuff, which was something that hasn't been
Yeah,
updated in ages. But again, it's just something to use. Like I'll probably go back to my link tree if I can update the links too. But like it was just something to try. But the ad to do the events thing is kind of nice because then I can add events. People like, oh, so what's going
oh
on,
for
and they
sure.
can just see all that stuff. So there's that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely. That's nice. That's well, and that's also something that you can do with Discord as well if you have a Discord server. You can create events in your Discord server too.
I only need one place. Having too many places just robs me of too much bandwidth, and I'm already enough as it is.
I get that. I get that. I'm just saying, like, there's people that we know, like, their Discord server is like their main hub for stuff, and like they can set events and stuff in there. So,
Oh yeah, and I don't doubt that Dojo once it comes alive, it's gonna be a test all, and then maybe more people. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's a creator making something. Well, who is very smart in what he does and
yes,
is
he
creating
is.
something, but it's a lost cause because unfortunately Rumble's not tapping that. Not tapping that, but that's on them.
Yeah.
But I did say earlier.
Well, there's you and I have talked about this before, but like that's just Rumble leadership. They can't get their heads out of their asses. So they
Well,
don't see the stuff that's right in front of them, and they don't want to take advantage of the people that are basically sitting there and say, "Hey, work with me.
mhm,
Like I have this thing that will help you so much. Work with me." And it's like
mhm.
looking a gift horse in the mouth and saying, "Nah, I want a skunk."
Yeah. Hey, you know what? When there's a tadpole to play, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I say one more. One more tab. One more tab. Oh, lost. But anyway, but since the whole Rumble thing is, I did want to show you what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
My prediction thing, and this is something that is based upon public posts on X, public filings that you can go like corpse@rumble.com, and then just creator feedback as well being added to, which I'm still doing. So I will update the prediction infographic when the next Rumble Squared comes up because there's one on the 25th. So this is what, and of course I gave this, I fed the data I collected, and Claude helped with making this. So take that as you will. But this is basically the beginning of it, and so this is kind of taking some stuff from the Q4 and other Q of 2025 that I was able to add. So
That
what
looks about right.
so what the data shows, at least from the beginning part, and I know I showed this with Daniel, but sometimes it bears in repeating. Like people, when Rumble came out with when Q4 came out, Rumble's headline was 100 million in revenue. Right, that was the headline they were promoting and all stuff. That's
Yep.
that's that's fine and dandy, but that's not the whole picture. That's only part of the picture. Ad revenue declining every quarter, year over year. Q2 is negative 3.7. Q3 is negative 4.9. Q4 is 5.5 million. The revenue stream that touches creators most is accelerating downward.
Has their Q1 2026 data come out yet?
That's not till May, more likely. So
Oh,
next month. ARPU still thin at 46 cents a user. So that's basically telling you that each user on the platform is worth 46 cents.
okay.
So revenue per user grew partly because MAUs dropped 20%, 59 to 47 mid-year. Smaller denominator inflates the number. Recovery to 52 million was purchased via international expansion spending, not organic growth.
Yeah, they're basically doing like a former employee of a former company I worked for does,
Yeah.
or I don't know if I'm pretty sure they're still in business because but they're like what in order to try to beat the competition or in order to just try to stay ahead and stay afloat, they were just buying up other smaller companies and absorbing it into their business
Yeah.
as opposed to instead of growing because of the demand,
Mhm.
they were buying up other smaller companies to be able to artificially grow the demand because they were buying companies that already had demand.
Yeah, and that's maybe it might work, especially with the northern data stuff, but we'll get into that in a bit. So the last bit is full year net loss 81.8 million, cash is about 237.9 million. So burning 70 million a year, cash reserves funded by stock issuances and Tether, not self-sustaining revenue, sales and marketing spending up 92% year over year.
Yeah, they keep this up, the platform will be dead in like 3 years.
Well, we're going to get to the point. And again, this is a prediction. This is not like take it with a grain of salt because this is just based on current data of corpse filing on
For sure.
Rumble.corps. And then, of course, you got public posts by Chris and Rick and other admin. And then, of course, creator feedback, partially from the Rumble Squared and all this stuff. But anyway, this is short term, next 6 months. Revenue numbers will look impressive. Tether's 1 million ad commitment kicks in Q1 2026, so expect record quartered headlines, but it's one partner writing checks, not a
Yeah.
diversified ad ecosystem. The underlying organic ad business is still declining. The next part is defector, although I should have said defector contracted because, I mean, Tectone is a defector, but Rallied and Asmongold, I think, are kind of contracted. I think Rallied is contracted. The
I
Rampage,
don't know who Rallied is. I know who Tectone and who Asmongold are.
yeah.
By the way, Tectone, he went on his very first stream on Rumble. It was a Saturday, I think, and Queenie and I actually raided him over from the Couples Cafe.
Yeah.
He shouted us out. He was like, "Yo, hit me up in my DMs." I was like, "Oh, hey, cool." It's like, because I welcomed him to Rumble, kind of chat, welcome to Rumble, all that stuff. Hit me
Nice.
up in DMs. All right, cool. I haven't heard from dude since. That was like 2.5 weeks ago.
Wow. Well, I mean, he is a big person, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
always
I know,
like,
but I'm just like, oh man, like,
yeah,
because at first I was like, oh, that'd be huge. Like Tectone wants to talk,
yeah,
cool. And then I was like, oh man, like getting Tectone on the channel, that'd be awesome, bro. I'm like, nah, that's probably he probably even forgot he said that. So I mean, I'm not salty. I'm just saying he probably just forgot. And it was like in the spur of the moment was like,
yeah.
oh, you're the first person to welcome me to Rumble. Thanks, DM me. And then just like an hour goes by and like he's already like thinking about like 100 different other things. Like just completely forgot that he just tossed out. Yeah, random dude I don't know hop in my DMs.
Yeah. Well, and because he is in a way he's a defector because YouTube and I think Twitch kind of threw him off. So that would apply to him. But as McGold, the Rampage Jackson one, they'd be more contracted. So those I need to get like defector contracted. But
Did they give Asmongold a contract?
maybe probably, but he's still multi-streaming, so maybe not.
Yeah,
But
I
with
was gonna say I know he's multi-streaming, so like I know he was. Well, I know for a while he was talking about maybe streaming the Rumble too.
yeah,
So like,
and then he
but
went to
for as
Kick.
big as he is, they had to have done something to entice him.
Yeah, because he went to Kick right after he talked about the Rumble thing the first time around, and I think
Yeah,
Kick gave him something. But the Rampage Jackson one is actually contracted because he said that personally out loud is that they made him an offer he couldn't refuse, so they probably gave him millions. Um,
yeah, and that doesn't help anything.
yeah,
Like they're paying big time creators to be on here, but then like that's just you're eating away at the revenue that you're supposedly
yeah,
generating. So like,
yeah, 70 million a year.
Yep.
70 million. But each
And
gets
then as well as paying all the creators in their daily lineup too.
oh yeah, definitely. Crowder
Oh yeah.
and
Well, Crowder is like the one person that genuinely deserves it.
yeah,
Just
that
because
one
of
I
all
give
the
a pass
nonsense he
to.
went through,
Yeah,
he stuck with Rumble from before Rumble had the growth and all that. Like
yeah,
Rumble was the only place to welcome him, and then like so like I get that partnership,
yeah.
especially when like they got rid of Mug Club and they basically
Premium.
merged Mug Club into Rumble Premium. So
Yeah,
like I get all that with Crowder, but
yeah,
like Doctor Disrespect.
yep.
What
That
is it?
was.
I'm pretty sure Donald Trump Jr. has a contract with
Oh
Rumble.
yeah,
Dan Bongino is part owner of the friggin' platform.
yeah.
Like he gets pushed because well, it's his friggin' platform basically. Like
Almost he has a big chunk. It's not like
yeah,
overriding the voting part because Crystal has voting power.
but it's
Um,
enough that matters.
yeah, it's enough that it's millions. It's millions of
Yeah.
dollars that he's put in. But continue on. Each gets a CEO red carpet post. Smaller creators already on the
Mhm.
platform remain uncelebrated. Creators who left, Mr. Ballin, who has a channel on Rumble, Chris Williamson, who has a channel on Rumble, go unmentioned. Recruitment over retention. You have another channel called Scammer Payback, who's also on Rumble, and not a peep about them. There's
No.
there's nothing
Is
like
that the dude with the dyed hair that hacks into
Rogi.
scammers' computers and stuff?
Yeah, Pierogi and his crew and all that, and like you can
Really?
go.
I didn't know they were on Rumble. I had no
Oh
idea.
yeah, you look them up right now. You'll find him as including Mr.
Well,
Ball and all them.
well, and that's the thing about the platform that we've talked about. We've talked about. I know many other people have said too. Is like you don't know people are on this friggin' platform
Mhm.
unless you hear about it through word of mouth.
Yeah,
You go to the Rumble page, there's no way to find anybody you would want to watch
yeah,
unless they
because
are being promoted actively by Rumble, which I think they're doing away with the editor's page anyway now, or the editor's
maybe,
picks, right? I
maybe.
heard something about that. But like there's no algorithm, there's no optimized search function, there's no none of that. Like
Mhm.
it's so you're not gonna know anybody's on this platform unless Chris Pavlovski's tweeting about it.
Yeah.
Or word of mouth, one or the other.
Well, and the thing should be is like there was a reply to somebody about the perception of, and that Chris had mentioned about getting rid of editors' picks and then sponsored posts and whatnot. But the issue of it is that that has to yet happen. It's not happening yet.
Yeah. Well, for sure. Well, he's all talk.
It is-
I've come to the conclusion that he's all talk.
yeah, and again, it comes back to the point of recruitment over retention.
Yeah.
And
It
that's
comes back to my point of a change in leadership.
yeah. AI and cloud pivot accelerates. So a while back, they hired a new CFO from Intel, data centers and AI starting March 31st. Northern Data aiming to close on Q2 or sometime later this year. Chris already publicly framing Rumble as an AI data play. Creator side
So
updates.
dumb. So
Creator
dumb because that bubble's we're seeing right now that bubble is about to burst.
Possibly. Creator side updates will continue at maintenance pace, just enough to point to, not enough to fix core issues, which for right now it seems is still true. Next page. So this is looking out mid to midterm. So it's like 6 to 18 months. So 18 months is
Okay.
about a year and a half. Yeah. A year and a half. So creator payouts get squeezed further. The creator program is mechanically dilutive. More creators enter, same funding pool. Ad revenue that funds it is shrinking, or the premium, I think it is Rumble Premium. Daniel Clancy, who had on earlier this week, documented same payouts despite 15x metric differences between creators. So him and Sean, he and Third Railify, he was doing that test on, and he found Sean does more than him, but still getting about the same payout. This gets worse, not better.
Really?
Yeah. Tether dependency becomes critical. If Tether accounts for a large chunk of 2026 ad revenue, which again they gave $100 million in ad commitment, what does the business look like without it? PayPal nearly killed Rumble's financial layer once before. One partner having this much leverage is a structural fragility, not a strength.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially if something goes wrong in that relationship and Tether pulls out, like Rumble's screwed.
Yeah. Political stigma persists. Snubby's data, who I've had on before, he did his own approach with shorts and found that 80% plus politics in Shorts feed, favorites get 10 to 15x visibility until the algorithm generally diversifies non-political creators new non-political creators will check Rumble and bounce. Red carpet defectors or contracted will bring audiences, but retention depends on platform experience, which is still broken, which is still
Yep,
true.
like we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. And Rumble becomes cloud company with a video front end. So Northern Data acquired. This is Q2, right?
Yep.
Again, prediction, take a grain of salt. Intel CFO in place. Rumble Cloud deals. NFL Cleveland Browns generate B2B revenue. The video platform increasingly serves as the brand identity and stock price justification, while cloud AI becomes the actual business.
Wait, their Rumble's involved with the Browns.
I believe they got, yeah, because this is coming from the corp rumble.com sort of thing.
Oh, jeez. So
Like
Rumble's going to become the factory of sadness of social media.
well, it's more the cloud. It's more the cloud
Well,
service really for the Cleveland Browns.
Well,
But yeah.
okay, it'll become the factory of sadness of the cloud service industry. Then I know I'm a Browns fan. It's the factory of sadness.
I don't know.
It is nothing. It is nothing but pain and misery, and the fact that they're willing to get in bed with Rumble means nothing good.
Maybe it's money.
Talk about another organization that has ran piss poor from the top down.
Yeah. Let's see. How close am I? There we go.
Misery loves company, as they say.
Yeah, that's true. Long term, this is 18 plus months, which is still a year and a half and over. Cash runaway is not infinite. 237.9 million cash minus 70 million annual burn minus Northern Data acquisition cost minus exclusive content deals minus international expansion. If AI cloud revenue doesn't materialize fast enough, cash crunch within 2 years. Or around 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, my prediction's 3, so that's actually even quicker than I was thinking.
Yeah. Expect more Daniels, like Daniel Clancy, quiet creator exodus. So he's still in it. He's still in the creator program, but at a certain point, he's thinking about leaving because it's just, again, Rumble still proves itself the why. Not dramatic departures. Not dramatic departures, quiet ones, creators reaching apathy and simply stopping uploads without announcement. Rumble won't notice because they'll be announcing the next tech tone. The creators who leave are the ones who cared enough to try. Platform updates real but insufficient. Updates will continue happening, but at a maintenance pace, not competitive pace. Just enough to say, see, we're improving, not enough to match the hype, which Chris does at times. The gap between CEO posts and platform reality will remain the defining tension. And so the last parts are the optimistic wild card. If Rumble Cloud generates real B2B revenue, some could flow back to the platform side, better servers, better studio, better support. The new CFO's data center expertise could improve streaming infrastructure as a byproduct, possibly, but requires intentional reinvestment into creators. Nothing in current behavior suggests this is a priority as far as now for the data. But the core question is Rumble is building for investors. Creators are asking for basics. These are two different conversations on the same platform. The creators who navigate this the best are multi platform, emotionally detached, and treating Rumble as one tool among many, not their only home.
Yeah, that's basically, now that I'm back to doing streaming and stuff again, I primarily use Rumble just because the direct RTMP, I like the fact that I'm using Rumble's bandwidth and servers to stream to other platforms instead of my own internet bandwidth at home. That's the only reason I stream to Rumble, really, is because they have that tool, which is a nice free tool to use for streamers. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't bother with Rumble, to be honest.
Yeah. And so again,
what up, Abe?
Abe. But again, it's a prediction. It's just a prediction based upon current data collected on publicly, mind you, no hidden or whatever. But once the next Rumble Squared comes around, I'll do another infographic and we'll see about any data. Because there's public posts, you've just seen enough data about people on the short stuff. The people just got their creator payout, and for many it's less than before. So by that,
actually a little bit more this month for some reason.
Some it seems is more, some seem to be less. So there is a differentiation, but
she did say for the shorts because she did the shorts optional thing
Yeah.
where it's like 30 shorts based on views, all that stuff. I
Mm.
think she said that alone, that the shorts part of it gave her like $20 or something. That was it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I think Daniel Clancy gave his own too, and I think he got like $50, which is like for 30 shorts is like I think he said around like a $1.70 or something like that per short to get up to that
Yeah.
50. So again, it's based performance on two, but the problem of it is though is that the whole of his creator program is not clear on how the earning is. Just on the basis of loan of like the ad revenue stuff is not clear. So
Oh,
there's
for
that
sure.
too.
They need a clearer guide. They need a clearer guideline. They need to lay out very clearly. Here is what you need metric wise to be able to hit this tier of money, this tier of money, this
Mhm.
tier of money, and do it in a tiered sense in terms of at least like explaining. Okay, well, what are the requirements to make more money, basically.
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, it is basically I'm using the collection of many different data points to try to see on that basis of where possibly it could go, of course, with Claude Soap. But at the end of the day, still a prediction. But this will also lead to many people getting very tribalistic about this. And my issue is that in that nature of the tribalism, because I don't care what platform it is and includes
Yeah.
Rumble. Once you start shutting people down and just putting them all under the blanket of complainers without actually listening, that's a problem that I have. And
Oh yeah.
I don't care for it. And that's why I do this is because I can use the data to say, it's not just complaining; it's actual people who want this platform to succeed. And there were some posts out there like, the platform doesn't owe anything. Well, I don't owe the platform anything either. So the point of the
Yeah.
matter is like, this is a two-way street. This is not going to go well on that regard. You have a CEO making public posts, hype posts, in fact, who's saying we're better than YouTube, we're better than TikTok, and I'm like,
No, they're not.
on stream charts, the hours watched alone, Rumble only is 0.4% of that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no basis in that claim whatsoever. It's just he's just spewing nonsense. That's all it is. It's literal lies. No, Queenie, it's fine. Just close the door to the bathroom.
Yeah, just please go to the bathroom. But I mean,
um,
but it's a thing at the end of the day where I'm done with the anecdotal. I'm done with people in the tribalistic sense. I'm just here to provide the data, and you take it as is. But I'm not gonna sit here and listen to these people who say no, they're getting there and all this stuff. I'm like, then show me your data that goes with that.
yeah,
Like,
put your money where your mouth is, or put your data where your mouth is.
yeah.
And then speaking of tribalism and all that, the other thing that I've noticed over the last few months, it's not really so much in terms of the platform and their metrics and all that stuff,
Mm,
but like on the creator side of things, there's been a lot of Rumble creator drama over the last couple of months that I've noticed going around
right.
social media. I'm
Mhm.
like, what in the hell are some of these people? Because it's and it starts, at least the little bit, the some of what I've seen,
Mm.
a good number of the scuffles on social media that I've seen are over basically shills for Rumble versus people calling Rumble out on their bullshit. And that's most of what it is. Now there's some other stupid shit where like some people have personal beef with each other as well.
Sure.
But like, I mean, I won't throw out names because it's your channel, not mine. But like, I mean, unless you're good with it, I don't care. But
It's up to you. It's the one that you have to deal with it at the end of the day.
yeah,
So
like I've seen Joker and Lumpy Potato out there starting shit with people because people are shit talking Rumble when they're doing nothing but getting on their knees for Rumble
mhm.
and performing some happy endings for Rumble.
Just you can just say it's
Because
basically just sucking up to Rumble at that
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely sucking in a sense to Rumble. Um, but and they get pissy when people call them out on it. And then they start getting all upset and personally attacking people on social media and
Mhm.
the childish bullshit. I'm like, and oh, and what is it? Lumpy was a quote unquote gaming ambassador at one point for Rumble. Like,
Well, so was vaping as well, and then Gamer Girl, and then or Gamer Grill.
well,
Sorry.
yeah, there were others too, but like
Yeah.
I haven't noticed anything with Vape In or Gamer Girl or anything like that. Like I've specifically seen stuff with like Lumpy and with like whoever the hell Joker is. I don't even know who the hell he is. I just know I've seen him out there starting shit with people because he didn't like what they had to say about Rumble. So
That's fine with me. I to be honest, he's just another guy at the end of the day. Oh,
yeah,
hey, Comics Queen, I saw you. I saw you.
there's his eye. He says, "I saw you. I saw you." Here.
Well,
But yeah, so that kind of stuff is also just like it's not a good look for the platform because like
no,
these are people that are supposed to be quote unquote big on the gamer side of the platform, which Rumble really tried pushing the whole like, hey, we're friendly for gaming for
yeah,
gaming creators and all that for a while. Now it seems I've hardly heard any talk about or seen any talk
no.
about gaming on Rumble
It's
anymore. So
again. That's where again the data collection and the prediction page. Like again, most of that stuff may not come true, but the more the data comes out from Corp at Rumble, the more data comes out from the CEO himself and his admin, the more we can get a clearer picture of where possibly we could be heading. And again, who else is I don't see any of the other people out there. I mean, I you had Tomby. Tomby is having his thing, and I believe that's coming back. But beyond that point,
yep.
there's not really anyone else there. There was another creator, indie news network or something like that was doing their own thing, but beyond that point, it's like it needs to be in a readable format for people to understand. Because if you're just going to make article of it, because I mean I do maybe close to, but at least it's an easy like the visuals of the quarter four and that those visuals you just saw
Mhm.
there. That's much easier to read than.
You got to dummy proof it for people like me.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. That's what it did for quarter four.
I read at a third grade level. I need to be able to make heads or tails of it. And
Yeah.
if you don't have at least a couple of pretty pictures or colors in there, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna know what's going on.
Hey, I had
Like
plenty of
two
pretty pictures. Okay,
I
don't you?
spell I spell cat KAT.
Kit Kat. He spelled it like his Kit Kat. But again, that's why I do Rumble Squared and all this stuff, because a lot of people feel like they're not getting heard and they're just getting shouted down because they're complainers, right? Like there. Don't get me wrong, there are true complainers. People just complain for
Oh, for
no
sure.
reason or give no real feedback or whatever. Those people exist. But when you
That
tell
also
some,
is their right too, though, because I
yeah,
mean, even if they're not giving feedback, like they're seeing what's going on, though. So I won't take the
what
complainers and just say, "Well, you're just complaining for the sake of complaining."
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to go for. There are people who just complain for the sake of complaining. I can agree those people exist, but when you have people who are bringing up something in good faith, and then all of a sudden those type of people get broad stroked underneath of complainer,
Mhm.
where's the on this conversation having it? Like I had Chavez flexing tonight, and he did those public
Okay.
Twitter X spaces out there, and he was like at a
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
and he's like, yeah, Rumble came in a few times, and then maybe got one or two things, but after a while, it was like there was nothing, and I'm just done with it.
yeah. Well, and they did a lot of that when the ad read stuff first came out too. They were like, "Oh, well, you're just complaining. You're just complaining. Give it a try. You're just complaining."
Fudge him.
Like, no, we weren't. It's not just complaining for the sake of complaining. There were a lot of people had very legitimate gripes with the whole ad read nonsense,
Yeah,
both from a moral standpoint and from a practical standpoint.
right. Well, not only that, but it was the worst communicated situation ever. Like Rumble
Mhm.
didn't communicate it. That
Yeah,
was the issue right there. And there's another thing too is like there have been updates to Canvas, at least in the outer part, and the updates to the back end for what you just saw for the profile pic. When has any of that ever been communicated?
no,
Those are updates like Rumble. Those are updates we'd like to hear about. Like even the small stuff. Like if something's going to be updated, communicate with that's the part of Rumble that's an issue. Is the communication is pretty 50-50
well,
at this
they're not
point.
even focused on the video platform though, and it shows. They're focused on Tether. They're focused on the AI cloud nonsense. They're not focused on the video platform. Their focus is not there whatsoever.
I when quarter one when this month's Rumble Square comes out, and of course when quarter one comes out, then I'll look at that and see if the data aligns with the prediction page. But beyond that point, I'm still iffy on that. But if the more data comes out and it heads in that direction, then I can't argue with you
Yeah,
because
I mean
they keep doing
that's
that.
just I don't have my fingers on all the data and everything like that, but just going
Neither do
over
I.
just going over what you were presenting though, like at least that's where it seems like it's heading. And also they've talked so much about Rumble Wallet and the
Mm,
Tether partnership and Rumble Cloud, and
mhm.
they've that's all I've heard about. I haven't heard anything about promoting the actual platform. It's about promoting services associated with the name Rumble. They haven't
That's
been
interesting.
promoting the video platform.
Mm,
At least in recent memory, I haven't seen anything promoting the Rumble video platform. It's been about Rumble Wallet. It's been about Rumble Cloud. It's been about all this other stuff that majority of people couldn't give two shits about.
unless you're talking about defector stuff, like from Twitch or whatnot, like the whole
Mhm.
Asmongold situation that
Yeah,
was
or that.
used.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the only time you're seeing anything about the Rumble video platform.
Mm,
That's it.
mm. Again, it's on that scale, but this is where I also said like earlier, like months ago, is like Rumble grows because of others' mistakes. It doesn't grow because of their strengths.
Correct.
Right. And creators on this platform want systems where Rumble just gives moments. And that still remains to be true. But anyway, it is the top of the hour. And so we're going to start winding down. But we're going to do our promotional stuff first and go from there.
Heck yeah.
But again, it's about the whole situation with the prediction page and Rumble Square and all that is to to hear people out, to hear their feedback and stuff. And they at least give them that space like, okay, at least you're being heard. I can't change anything. I can put it out there for you to see, but the rest is upon a Rumble, and that's a whole different other story. But it's about being able to hear people out and get beyond from the complainer section into, okay, here's this feedback, putting it out there for everyone to see, and we'll see what they do. Because I used to send in stuff to Rumble, and then I stopped hearing anything, and I'm like, I don't need to send anything if you're not going to respond back.
No,
So.
there's no need. It's a
mm,
waste of energy.
then I just do this to post for everyone so that you're not feeling alone in your issues, because once people start seeing that, more and more can come up and say, yeah, I'm experiencing it too. And you know what that means? That's more data to show that something's going off, that's just not going right there. And it shouldn't be yes, we can give feedback and other stuff, but it shouldn't be on the creators to create the solutions for Rumble when it's on Rumble to make their platform better for the usability and function of. That's on them.
Correct.
That's not on creators. You have already enough people doing it, trying to do for free, like Vaping and Tommy and all this stuff, who want to do it for free. But the problem is they're not given that opportunity. They have to work around Rumble's ridiculous mess in
Yep.
order to make something work.
Yep.
And
And
that's
no
the issue.
cooperation from Rumble whatsoever.
If it is, it's behind closed doors in the meeting, or
Well, and just everything you were just rattling off about that as well. That's just another example that at least leads me to um, speculate that, like I said, they don't care about the video platform. They
they
just
care
don't.
they care enough to point to and say we're doing something about it. That's the point that it seems like for
Well,
right now.
because they're well, I think that's more just because I think it's a smokescreen. I think it's more just, oh hey, we want to make all of the creators on the platform or all the users on the platform know that we hear you and we're working on some things, but we can't get too specific on things and we can't give you timetables on things, but we hear you.
Mm.
I think it's just a smokescreen.
Well, we'll see with time. But anyway, getting don't choke yourself. But anyway, to start out, here's the good old Comics Dad's link tree.
Heck
So go
yeah.
away, good sir. Go on.
ComixDad and CD's Arcade. I am on YouTube and Rumble and Blaze Stream. The ComixDad side of things, I also stream to X as well. You
Mhm.
can catch me and my wife, Queen Comics Wife, on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday late morning,
Mhm.
with our podcast, Comics Couple Cafe.
Nice.
Also, you can check me out dropping videos on my main channel, which I'm only doing on YouTube. I'm not dropping videos on Rumble because there's no point
Mhm.
really. I use Rumble as a streaming platform only. But you can check out my videos on YouTube. I've been doing more of those since I've come back from my hiatus. But
Nice.
also, I have a Thursday show, Talking Shop, as you can see behind me here.
Mhm.
Um, there we go. Tomorrow, that happens every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And that streams across Blaze, X, Rumble, and YouTube as well.
Mhm.
But tomorrow, my guest is going to be Kata, or at Khalil Too Short on X. Kata
Nice.
is a gaming streamer, and he puts out gaming videos about gaming news. He also has a podcast, New Black Street Podcast. He streams with Hypnotic and his crew of people on the panel show that Hypnotic does. He's also part
Yeah.
of Geeks and Gamers crew.
Nice.
Does Tuesday night's main event with them. So he and I were going to talk comics and games and all sorts of other stuff, and it's going to be a fun time. So he'll be on tomorrow. I'm actually going to be creating the streams for that probably tonight when we're done here.
Smart man.
That's 6:30 p.m. tomorrow, and then you can check out my gaming channel, CD's Arcade, where I'm pretty much definitively streaming on Saturdays and Tuesdays with Queen Comics Wife and some friends of ours playing Among Us and some other fun multiplayer games. And then also sometimes this guy here as well.
True. We will be the king. We'll be the rulers of in the drug campaign right there. We will be the Walter
We'll
White.
be the Schedule 1 king. But hopefully maybe I'll start doing an extra stream or two on that channel, doing some maybe single player type of stuff at some point. But
Nice.
yeah, that's all I got going on, man.
Yeah, and again, his link will be both on the Rumble. Oh, I gotta go back. Where was I at? Both on the Rumble side and YouTube side. So if you want to see where is all this stuff at, those are the places you can go for his links. So thank you, good sir. For my things, whether you're on the Rumble side or YouTube side, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, or leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with that engagement factor, not only helps in being seen more, it also helps in having other people on, like ComixDad, like Freedom Honor, like Alaskaman Jeff, like again over 330 various guests across multiple platforms, across multiple places in the world, as long as the English speaking, because my secondary language is not so good. So me no comprende, okay?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Hey, I had a chalupa. But yes, it just helps with all that. So whether on the Rumble side or YouTube side, any bit of that helps. And of course, there's my links right there. That's my streamers one, just trying it out and seeing. All my links are in there, including my event. So if you want to see what I'm up to, well, guess what? There's an event for that, event chart for that, and you'll see it. That you just saw actually a while ago. You'll see it and lets you know what's coming up next. Because I usually post to X, but now that I have that option, I'll probably use that to like have another place so people like, oh, so this is what's going on this week. Because again, April is quite full, very full. But anyway, it's all there. So thank you so much for that. Of course, a few things I promote before we continue on. Of course, first thing is Proton Pass. Look, you've never tried Proton Pass? Well, guess what? You can go to that link and it will lead you to the free portion or a section where you go to the free portion and use it for free, get to learn a little about it. They have something called email aliases. And if you know what that means that you can use an email they will create that is usable. And if you don't want to use your actual email, because there's your actual email and that, an alias email will take that place and will redirect those emails back to your actual email. But the company will only have that alias one. So pretty nifty thing to have, and so much more. They generate your own code and stuff. So if you want to try it out, links right there. And there is paid plan versions, but there's a discount with those if you do want to take those up. But again, links right there to give it a look. And I promote it for the benefit of others, not for myself, because yes, I use it every day, but I believe in their privacy orientedness, and I really think people should at least give it a try before they make a final decision. So if you haven't tried it, worth the time to try it now. Let's see. The next one is Biltong USA. Biltong is a South African snack, which is a air-dried cured meat snack. It's much more healthier than store-bought beef jerky, and I've had the gentleman on, Anton, great guy. Works with his wife and his kids down in Sunset, Texas, that runs the business, and couldn't be happier to get to know him. And but yeah, they make it all in house. They do a great job, and there's stuff they get from like the UK, like sweets and treats that they sell in store and online. So if you'd like to take a look, the link is right there. And if you decide to buy something from online, well, guess what? You can use code DARA, DARA, a 4-letter word. You can say that will save you 10% off the whole of it. I don't know if it's wholesale or like the whole of the cart, one of the two. It's just like the whole of whatever's in your cart. Because if I say wholesale, that's just gonna be a weird thing. It's like it's a website itself is like no, whatever in your cart, you'll save 10% off using the code.
10% off your cart.
10% off your cart. That's right. You get it right now. I'll get you a code. I'll get you a 10% off your cart. That's right. Get it right there. And
Sunday. Togotathon. Sunday.
That's right. Right in there. Makes you feel.
Dara Odathon.
That's right. It makes you feel like a young man when you're old. That's right. But anyway, that's the stuff I promote. All there will be both on the Rumble side and YouTube side. So give it a look, and if it's worth your time, great. If not, that's okay too. It'll be there for you later on. So the next thing, of course, is tomorrow. Where's my calendar? Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern is first time Arcada Jade. Gonna be glad to get to have her on for her first time. She's a nice lady who's also streaming to Rumble as well, but she streams other places too. So I believe she's a former military as well, which I didn't know.
Okay.
So she'll be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and come on and give her a loving hand because she's a little nervous. But I told her, don't worry about it. It's all on me at the end of the day. Because the ComixDad knows he's been here and he's still here now.
Not by choice.
Wow. Now I know who the real friends are.
He's my Schedule 1 crime boss. I had to do what he says. he says jump, I say okay, I'll be on stream.
And they went through the forest with their cocaine. Who's this guy singing? What's going on here? Who's narrating us?
My little brother boss.
Someone needs to listen to this like AC/DC or something. But
that's what we call a callback.
Callback. But yeah, so it'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern with lovely Kata Jade. So come by, see that, and maybe just give her some warm welcome to it. So that'll be nice. And of course, the last thing I do with my guests before we ride off in a great sunset, like that last scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's been a while since I rode a horse, but I'll try again. You bet your bottom dollar I'm going to try again. Unless they kick me off, then I'm not going to do it anymore. But anyway, what happens is that my guest gets 2 freebie questions. Now, I'm not monetizing YouTube, so sorry, YouTube. That is the way the cookie crumbles. But I'm monetizing Rumble, so what happens is that those who are on Rumble get to the ability to pay to have another question out of that. I know, right? Ooh, he's going to make us pay. You don't have to pay anything if you don't want to, but you only get 2 questions.
$100 a view. That's what I'm telling you. That's where the money's at. You just got to grift it hard. $100, not per question. $100 per character. Per character. Per letter. But it's worth it. It's all worth it.
I'd be so poor at the end of it. But what happens is that if you want to get another question, you have to give a Rumble rant. Doesn't matter the amount. And I have said before, if someone were to give a straight 500, they would be getting all the questions read to my guest. Now, if you want to pool it off screen or whatever, and then have one person pay it straight, I accept that. But you can't do like, hey, why don't you tally up all the chats in the Rumble side and see if that equals 500? It's like, no, that's not going to work. It has to be a straight 500. So straight 500 gets all the questions, and I believe that's close to 40 different questions in the hat. So it's going to be a long night if ComixDad would have to read all 40 questions. So,
dear Lord, I gotta go to bed in 40 minutes. Please don't. As much as I want Darren to make $500, please don't.
And then he said he didn't want to help his friends make money. And now I
gotta get up in the morning to make my own money.
Hey, you're speaking to the choir here, okay? Don't you try that. All right,
but anyway, get up at 4:00 though. That's the difference.
Complain. Anyway,
yeah. Rumble's just gonna call me out because all I'm doing is complaining.
It's raining.
I gotta get up at 4 a.m.
You're outside with an umbrella and it's just raining. Complaints like, look, they're all complainers. They're all the same. It's like that's not how that word works. But anyway, moving on to the first question, which is right here. Let's see what it says.
Okay.
Oh man, this looks like it's a dangerous question indeed. How many farts? No, it's not that. If you could make one silly law that everyone had to follow, what would it be?
Oh, one silly law that everybody would follow. That on on the third Sunday of every month. Oh, well, here, let me start with this. Are you familiar with Monty Python sketches?
The argument sketch, yeah.
No, no, just in general. Like, have you ever seen the one of the Ministry of Silly Walking or whatever it's called?
Yes.
Basically, the third Sunday of every month, people would have to do that. That's basically it. Just do a silly walk all day long.
Walking on your ankles like that? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, sir. No, sirree, Bob. But no, I could see that. I could see you putting it in. And for this rule, you're gonna all do silly walks. Oh, come on.
The third
Oh,
Sunday of every month.
oh, dirty son of a bit. I always like the killer joke though. That's my favorite sketch they do is the killer joke.
I like the dead parrot sketch.
Hello, Polly. Hello.
Oh, it's such a shame. It's such a shame that John Cleese is such a deranged leftist lunatic now.
Sometimes time changes you, and that's
Oh,
the important
yeah.
part to learn. But I like it's bereft of life. It's deceased. It's dead. There's nothing left in its eyes.
And then, of course, also just the classic Monty Python and the Holy Grail movie.
Yeah. We are the soldiers that say neat. I like the
What now? What has she done to prove she is a witch? She turned me into a newt. A newt. I got better.
So if she's a witch, then she'll float like a. I think it was like they tried to compare it to like a duck or a piece of wood.
A duck, yeah.
Yeah. If she's a witch, she'd be like a duck. She floats.
Oh, what?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
A duck.
Yeah. There you go. And then it's like, and then at the one point, I think they're like weighing her against the duck, and then she outweighs the duck, and they're like, shoot. She knows she's gonna get it. It's like, wow, she really was a witch.
So she floats and she burns, and that means she's made of wood.
There you go.
What what also floats and does not sink? Very small rocks.
No, a duck. Oh my goodness.
If she weighs the same as a duck, she's made of wood. And therefore,
she is.
Wait, and therefore,
yeah.
She's a witch. A witch. Just go through the whole thinking process.
Oh goodness sake! Yeah, that's too funny. Your father smells of elderberries.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries.
Yep. The great stuff. But anyway, that is the first question. Let's get on to question number 2. Question number 2. Here we go. Right here. Let's see what it says. La da da da. What? Oh, I don't know. What inspired you to create content? I hear you.
What inspired me to create content was that, at least initially, I really enjoy comics. I love comics, especially older comics. Amazing Spider-Man's my favorite one. And because Western comics and American comic book industry is a dying industry, I just wanted to try to do my best to try to share my interest and love of comics with people. That, and also just seeing other really great creators going out there and talking out against all the stuff that we have hated seeing in entertainment and media for the last decade as well. So kind of those two things combined really kind of, and seeing how some of these people have just kind of threw caution to the wind, was like, screw it, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I mean, and still play by stupid YouTube's rules and all that stuff, but like for the most part, like, well, this is stuff that matters to me, and I'm glad to see it somebody's doing it. And like, well, you know what, I got some free time on my hands. I have a function. At the time, I had like a barely functioning potato laptop of a computer. Sure, let me try and make some content and stuff, and just that's kind of where it all started.
Should just make one that says "Follow Queenie around" because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The what would that channel be called? Um,
the Queenie IRL.
no. Because Queenie is a fan of Kevin Smith movies, so we would call the channel Chasing Queenie,
Chasing Queenie. There you go.
like Chasing Amy.
Chasing. Well, when you say chasing Queenie, you could say no, never mind. Anyway, the point. The point of the
Just
matter
follow
is,
her around all the time and just record her reacting to real life situations.
ah, ooh, ooh, that's not what I sound like. Ooh. Yep, that'll be interesting. Oh, goodness sake. But anyway, like I said before, links down below in the description on both ends. So thank you for that. And of course, don't forget tomorrow, K to Jade at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be a great one. And of course, big shout out to the lovely chat out there. Whether you just came by for a little bit or stayed throughout the whole thing, I appreciate you being here because not only do you get to see what DaraChat is about, you get to be part of that experience. You get to be a part of that conversation, and maybe if you want to be a part of the show itself by coming on, but that's up to you. But of course, a big shout out to the man who has worn his trucker hat and his big old glasses throughout the whole brigade. ComixDad himself. Look at that
I
man.
had to
Look at him.
match you, man. I had to match you. You wear your glasses. I had to throw on a pair of my own. I mean, it was either going to be that or it was going to be the other ones that you've seen me wear sometimes.
The meme ones.
The meme glasses.
Oh yeah.
the,
Oh yeah. I would have gone with those.
Meme glasses.
There we go. I would have gone with
these
that.
get a little annoying after a while because the white dots, depending upon where I'm looking, they get in the way when I'm looking. So, but I'll be wearing some shades tomorrow too because my guest on Talking Shop tomorrow, Kata, he wears sunglasses all the time. So I'm just gonna wear sunglasses to match him too.
Mm. And for he's part of it is for at least for me, part of it is the hospitality factor. Like I think the one thing is like if you're a content creator, sometimes it's part of the lights too and stuff because the brightness and all that. But part of it's the
Oh, for sure.
hospitality because people can people can notice where your eyes are looking at, and majority of the time you're probably looking at chat or whatever. But like you can see where my head is turned and all that stuff. But I'm looking at the screen, which is not looking at the camera, which is right there. I'm looking at the screen, which is down here. So the camera, screen. So I'm looking to see where
Yep.
the things at because I have to look. But it does help in kind of like so you're not noticing where my eyes are actually at or whatever. You know that I'm listening to you, and that's more important than noticing like where is he looking at. And it's just a hospitality factor. It's always
For
seen
sure. And I've watched past episodes of Talking Shop recently, and like I kind of wish I did that before because you could tell that I'm like kind of looking all over the place, like, and it seems like that I'm not really.
Yeah,
It didn't look out like you said that I'm not really. Well, I was actively involved in the conversation. And just
yeah,
like you said, it just I'm looking here. I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking up over here on this top screen here that I
yeah.
have like the stuff that I'm sharing. I'm looking
Mhm.
over on this screen over here because I have a 3 monitor setup. So like I have an L-shaped setup with my monitors. So I'm looking up. I'm looking to the right. I'm looking down here. I'm looking at the camera. I'm
Yeah.
all over the place. So
Yeah, it's just one of
I
those
get
things.
it.
Like it's like one of those things. Like yeah, you could be listening, but when people start noticing that stuff, like your eyes are all over the place, you're looking here, and there. That it can set off something in the head, like, oh, are they listening to me? Are they're busy with other stuff? Because you never know. And sometimes you do kind of get tripped up because someone something in the chat and like,
Yeah.
and then you have to deal with that. Or a question comes up and you want to get to that question and try, at least because they could have left. But at the end of the day, it's just a hospitality factor and then it became just part of the ordeal, like the hat and stuff. So and I've taken it off before, but it really is part of that dual situation of like brandy thing and then of course hospitality because I think a little bit of the lights too because honestly it's still a bit bright but at the end of the day if I were to have it off I'd look very scary. Welcome children to the dark web. How you feeling? So yeah, I gotta have that.
I am Daraman.
That's right. Coming this summer, a man.
There's mine.
That's not that bad, to be honest. Actually, looks a lot better than mine. Mine looks a lot darker than that.
Well,
But
I also have the brightness on my monitor up pretty high. So
there you go. Well, yeah, that's great. Like that's one of those things with streaming is like I can't. If you're admin, you can have the dark screen thing, but if you're just a guest, you can't have that. And I'm like, I wish I could have the option, but that's full of StreamYard. But anyway, again, always welcome to come back, sir. Always a pleasure to have you, and I look forward to doing it again. But again,
course, man, anytime.
Love you too, man. And Queenie's back behind you, like that fudging idiot. Would you shut the fuck up?
Yeah. I still gotta eat dinner too before I go to bed.
Yeah, that too. All right. Well, anyway, that is the end of it. 7 p.m. Eastern Mountain with Kate and Jade. Of course, I end the show. Now, I've been trying to shift over, but I used to end it with "One Day with You" by Pogo, but I've been ending it with a song that I created based upon words that I had from a poem a while back. But I did use Suno to create it. So whatever your thoughts upon that, I get it. But this one is
Suno.
2, 3. I gotta count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I gotta count because I can't see the time now. So this one is called "A Moment to a Lifetime." Hope you all have a great rest of your night, and I shall see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Night, y'all.
Give me a moment, and I will make a lifetime. Give me a lifetime, and I will make something beyond recognition. Beyond recognition is a desire, a flame born of dreams forward. Yet dreams do not push beyond their scope. A recognition held back by reality. But reality's a dreaming way to come true and be